All right.
Hello.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm doing wonderful. And I know you're doing absolutely fantastic.
Oh man, what an hour. Guys, I'm prefacing this stream with an apology for the poor mic quality because I'm currently streaming remotely and away from my PC setup. And this is the worst setup I've got going on right now. Mic's not working, computer's not working. So, yeah, we're operating out of earbuds. Hopefully you guys can forgive me.
I'm sure I absolutely will. And yeah, look, you guys don't even know the half of the tech issues that that were encountered this evening, but persevered through. We're here, we're live, we're going to be hanging out for the next couple of hours, talking tech, finding the best deals, and also, being open to anybody for who, if you guys have your own questions that you want to ask us while we're live in here, and what we think of some particular items or tech or anything like that that you have your eyes on. So, that's sort of that's the kind of the fun of it. And let's
be a tech lover.
That's it. And then boy, have there been some really good deals that I have been seeing all over the place.
Tell me about it.
But before I forget, as well. So for each other's channels as well, we should do some little introductions. So, Liessshy, would you like to introduce? Oh, now I go hitting my microphone. Would you like to introduce yourself to everyone over here?
Absolutely. So I am Liessshy, real name Alicia, and I am a tech and game reviewer, lover, you name it, content creator. I suppose that's the buzzword of this day and age. But for those of you who are watching from my channel, you guys know that I do lots of unboxings and reviews and stuff like that. And if you guys don't know me, now you do. So big tech lover, and have a very good friend in Nick who is very much like me and loves tech. To kick it off, Nick.
Yeah, thank you. So for everybody watching who doesn't know me, my name is Nick, and I go by Techtacula on most platforms, but also on the tech side of things, I go by Techtacula. And I also do lots of reviews. I do some I've done some tutorials in the past as well, and I'm going to be obviously planning to do more tutorials in the future, but also do unboxings and things like that. And then, I also do like lots of game streaming on the side, like on Twitch and TikTok and things like that. But I am a massive gaming nerd, massive, huge tech nerd, big passion for tech. I've always have been very technical minded, and always wanting to have the best and sort of be in the know with everything. It's just my brain has always connected with just, tech and things like that in general. So, and it's what led me to sort of getting into tech content. And so, and with, Liessshy and I both being Aussies, both being in tech, it was inevitable to us to like come into each other's contact. And now we're just really good friends that both absolutely love tech. And that is what led us to this stream tonight, where we're coming together to bring you guys some fun, where we're going to find some good deals on tech that we've found. And also, we might just sort of start searching up some new things as we go, because that's sort of the aim of the stream, is to sort of help you guys find the best stuff, tell you what's good, tell you what's not, and, save you some few dollars on some really good stuff. So without further ado... I'm
blown away with the deals, honestly.
Yeah.
Having worked Black Friday weekend, because still a little bit of a normal job on this side, for one more month. One more month,
so close, yeah.
But it has been absolutely insane of what's on sale, and stuff's been flying out the door, and I'm so excited to show you guys stuff that I use that's on sale and stuff that I have found, and I actually can't wait to see the list that you have created.
Likewise, I'm very, very excited, because I think while both of us have, have had a lot of experience with a lot of the same products, there's definitely going to be a lot of things that I've experienced that you haven't used, and vice versa, and in terms of what we've sort of seen around the place as well. So I think it's going to be really, really interesting, because while there's a lot of the mainstream stuff that everyone sort of knows and sees, when you're in the thick of like just tech content and just tech in general, you are exposing yourself to a very wide array of things, and this can be some really some nifty little things out there that are really great, but just people like haven't heard of. And actually, as I say that, I'm literally remembering something that I found out recently, so I've got to add this to my list for later in the categories.
Amazing. Well, I'm excited to hear what that is. Sounds like a surprise.
So yeah, that one's gonna be a fun one. But yeah, Liessshy, do you want to start us off? And as we go, if you want to drop the link to what you have in our DMs, that way we can both be looking at the same thing. And let's kick it off.
Well, let's start off with our first category that we have decided to make, and that is cameras and webcams. Now, I have to say, I am an Elgato partner. A lot of you guys who are watching on my channel right now, you know that. And I'm quite surprised with some of the prices that a lot of their gear are at the moment for Black Friday weekend and Cyber Monday included. So we're actually going to kick off with this. I'll just drag it across. All right, we have the Elgato Facecam. Now, this is just a classic in the streaming world. Honestly, everybody's got this camera, and that's good because it is an amazing camera. I would say it's a really good starting point to mid-level point as well, because there are some higher models out there. However, we're talking Aussie dollars today, and this is $199. I think that is such an affordable price for something that can put out such a nice quality. I am currently using the Facecam Pro for this stream, which is, I mean, the setup's not that great, so forgive the lighting. I don't have my gear with me.
Yeah.
But the standard Facecam, being a 1080p 60 frames a second camera in full HD, I mean, you can't go wrong if you are just starting out. Have you used this camera, Nick?
Yeah, so I have the Elgato Facecam as like my B cam. For when I'm on the stream. So like I've got obviously, my mirrorless camera, which is this one here. But then when I kind of want, kind of like the sort of chill and chatting area, I have my portrait monitor, my monitor that is in portrait on my right, and then the Facecam right next to it. So I can literally like look at chat on the monitor and have the camera right there and just provide a different angle. Yeah, and it's great.
That's so smart.
Thanks.
No, like it really is. And that kind of brings separately the topic of the prompter, right? Like you want to make eye contact as much as possible when you are talking to your chat and things like that. So I think that's a great placement for this camera. And I also think this makes a really good secondary camera, yes, like you said, but like unboxings. If you are streaming and doing unboxings live, it's a really easy one to mount above you. Depending on what mounts you use, like it just has its standard thread, thread that you can screw onto the mount or a tripod, and it's idiot proof, this camera. It really is. Yeah,
and Elgato was the first I think in general in the webcam space to provide everyone with proper camera controls, like in the form of the camera hub. Because the biggest problem just with existing webcams was the exposure slider was also tied to the shutter speed of like the webcam. And so like it was absolutely awful. And it really was a struggle. Like, as we'll sort of talk about as we go tonight, like lighting is 100% like a huge factor in your video quality. You can still make an average webcam, and even this, like the regular Elgato Facecam, look absolutely amazing when you have really good lighting.
Exactly.
But those older webcams, they just didn't have it right. And then when Elgato brought out the Facecam, it was them being like, we understand, we know what people want and are asking for, and everything is like you said, it's made really easy. Like you open the camera hub and everything's really straightforward, and you can mess around the sliders, see how it affects if you're not super in the know of what everything means, but you can sort of pretty much get an idea of how to make it look really good. And it's funny you mentioned about like the top down angle, because my goal, I'm going to be eventually getting my hands on a Facecam Pro, and that will become the B cam. And then I'm going to mount the Elgato face cam at my desk setup as like a little, unboxing camera, just, for when I'm at my desk. Because then I've got, a separate setup that I have as like my little like unboxing space. So, yeah, and I think, because with how small it is, like it's so easily mountable. It's not too heavy or anything like that. And it's going to have fantastic quality.
Yeah, exactly. And the software is, it really goes hand in hand with this camera. It is suitable for everybody to use. It's so simple, very easy to understand. Like, I have made it known I do not have the best camera knowledge out there. I am not like you. I'm not a genius. You are the camera guru. But for people like me or yourself, if you just need something that is simple, I think this is a great webcam. And I do have another option. I will show you after we go to you next, Nick, in regards to not being a webcam. But I think this is a really great starting point. And for the price it is right now, like, it's practically 20% off almost. I think it's a very good buy. Yeah,
absolutely. That's when I saw the price, I was like, yeah, that is really brilliant. Yeah, well, I think we'll also, if anyone's looking to sort of wants the links to some of this stuff, we'll be looking to put them somewhere as well. And also just like disclosure, like that some Amazon links might be affiliate links as well. So full disclosure there. Making sure we're doing our due diligence there.
Absolutely. I don't have any of my my Amazon links listed, but I only just started my own Amazon store, so I do have some of this stuff curated on my page, but you'll have to actually go searching.
Yeah, you have to go there. Yeah, it's all good. Also, Dale, hello, welcome in. Dale says, I'm currently using the Elgato Facecam, and it's been great. Been tempted to go up to the Facecam Pro, but this one is still working great and everything, so I don't need to upgrade. And yeah, honestly, yeah, like if you're finding it works for you and it's great, like, keep going with it. But this actually, it actually leads to, the next suggestion, and at least she touched on it as well, is the Facecam Pro. Because like while it is much more expensive, but it really is a fantastic like a really fantastic pickup when you consider what like it's what it's capable of. And I've had a video sort of like skeleton scripted for a while on the Facecam Pro once I eventually we'll be able to get my hands on one. But I think this thing is really underrated for what it is and what it can do. When you consider, like, for someone who legitimately, wants a really good quality cam that will not be leaving the top of the monitor, it's hard to sort of go past this, because while the natural progression from webcam, to something high quality was, a mirrorless camera. That's why a lot of creators, are using A5100s, A6000s, and the whole 6000 range. Or like there's a few people out there using the Canon M series as well. Like it is like that was the only step forward, right? And obviously because you wanted that high quality, but for something that is super simple, only has one cable, and
that's one of the best parts.
Yeah, which is great, and we'll touch on it soon too. Like obviously Sony has sort of and some of the other camera brands have sort of combated this a little bit with the push of COVID. But literally just one cable, obviously with, a fast USB port, and you have literally mirrorless camera level quality from, a little, like, a little brick. Well, it's not a real brick, but yeah, like this really compact thing. Like, yeah, like it's really compact for the quality it's able to push out and actually push out like 4K 60, which is, absolutely amazing. And for me, like I capture my camera in 4K 60 like into my stream PC because I'm a big meme lord and I like to zoom in my camera all the time and I wanted it crisp and everything. But for the most part, like a lot of people, you can get away with 1080. But the fact that the matter is that even if you're only going to capture in 1080 or whatever, like the quality is going to be so much better.
Yep.
And so I think like with 12% off, like it's what $65 around, like that Amazon's saying, like that's a really, really good saving. So it's like if you're looking to
for something that's still kind of new, it's going to have that high price point. So the fact that like it is even considered a discount right now, I think is a very, very good time to buy it. Like we can see it's a very expensive piece of gear, but when you match that up to your mirrorless cameras or going into your proper camera range, this is only a fraction of the cost. And I think it's a great investment piece that if you are wanting to take streaming or any content creation that is like this, where we are sitting at a computer really seriously, this is another foolproof option to just keep bringing, I guess, something that can support the current resolution that we're in. You've got your 4K 60, like it totally beats 1080p any day of the week.
100%. And the fact that you like as long as the cable can reach your computer, you can still just mount it in different spots if you want to have a different angle to film something too. But so what let's go on to your next one, Alicia. What
I
have we
just
got?
want to quickly shout out the chat because I do have some friends in here, which is awesome.
Awesome.
Hi,
Yes.
Caffeinated Chaos, Jet Rose Swift, and the boy. They all say hello.
Hello.
And makes a really good point. The Facecam Pro is rad because it really is bridging the gap between webcam and a straight up camera. And that is exactly, it just does that perfectly. So you kind of can't go wrong. But if we are going to move into the next product, this is where you start to jump up the line. And this is what I actually use when I'm not using my Facecam. So I use the Sony ZV-E10 mirrorless camera. Now, this specific deal that I have found is for the body only. And the reason why I am showing this is because I use a separate lens. Now, I will actually get that up and I'll flick between the both. Nick, I'll just send this to you real quick. A very popular streaming lens is the Sigma 16mm lens. It's a nice wide angle. It gives a nice bokeh background. And pairing it up with the Sony ZV-E10 for me has been a dream combination. Even for my videos I make. So I actually shoot my videos with this lens and this camera. And again, the reason why is because I am dumb and I need something that is automatic and can do it for me. And I put a lot of trust in the camera to know that it is going to produce content that I think is of high standard for my liking. And it does it really well. I think this is such a fantastic combination. The camera, if you're after the body only, it is 15% off at JB Hi-Fi at the moment. I think is a fantastic price point because it does fall under the $1,000 mark. But I'll quickly show you the kit lens version. Just get you a price point. If you do want it to have its own kit lens, which is a 16 to 50mm, it's $1,020 basically. Let's round it up to that. I paid $1,400, I think, when this camera came out for the kit. So it's a really good price point. And I love the ZV range. I don't know about you, Nick, but I really like them. I think for people with entry-level to mid-range camera knowledge, it's a really good way to muck around with video. If you're wanting to do photography, different story. But for videos, I think they're great. And this camera tends to be, from what I've noticed anyway, the one that has replaced the A5100 and the 6000, 6400. I mean, you can still buy that camera and it's still a great camera, so maybe not that one. But the other two, I think it's a great option to replace. Something a little bit more current.
I think everyone thought that, the ZV range was kind of the replacement for the A sort of 6000 range, and then they came out with the 6700 and we're like, okay. But realistically, no, I agree. And it's kind of funny, like so far, like our lists have been the same so far, because I had the Facecam, you had the Facecam Pro, and I had the ZV-E10 as well, because I agree, like this is such like if as far as like like a compact mirrorless camera goes, it is actually just it is brilliant. And I'm so glad you brought up that lens too, because I have used that lens and it is fantastic for the price. Like it is so good. Sometimes you can
roughly at the moment. It's very good price.
Yeah, like I've seen it like outside of any like major sale things. Like I've seen it like actually at the $500 price point. Like so the fact that it's back down to pretty much $500 now is like a really great time to pick it up if you're looking for a good wide angle lens. That it's great, and the fact that it can open up to 1.4, so you can have so much light coming in. It is brilliant. And also, as we touched on before, all the ZV camera range have the updated like internals and processors, and also the new firmware that Sony brought out, where you can just go USB-C port out of the camera and go direct into your PC. And that way you don't have to buy a capture card. You've just got the camera sending like a full 1080-60 signal into your PC.
Which is mental. It's so good.
It's absolutely like amazing. And like all the ZV camera range support that too. And I absolutely love the ZV range. And it leads me to on the topic of the ZV range as well, which is the Sony ZV-1. So which is the little little
I
was on your list as well. Yeah.
I mean, we're just twins at this point. I'm not surprised.
Pretty much. I want to say that right now this price is stupid good. Like $800 for this camera is actually nuts. Like to the point where I'm pretty confident in saying that like, a lot of the websites that are selling it for $800 are probably selling it at a slight loss. Because I remember when I bought my ZV-1 back in March, during like the Mad March sales, I saw it was it went down to $840, and I went to Diamond's Cameras here in Adelaide and like asked if they would, if they could price match. And he's like, look, I'll do it. But he's like, I'm basically running at cost and just under. And so he managed to price match it. So like that was already stretched. So the fact that it's an extra like $40 off, it's such a good pickup. And this camera, like I watched a lot of reviews and videos like on this camera, and because I was looking for something that was compact. Like I wanted a point and shoot that wasn't like those old crappy point and shoots from back in the day. And this sort of fit the bill. And honestly, it was one of the best purchases I made. I've used it so much. It always comes with me, like whenever I go like traveling anywhere. And like sometimes like when I'm going to like a low key event, like I don't want to lug around like my mirrorless camera and all the lenses. Yeah. Because this really can do it, and it's great. Like I brought this with me to PAX. Like I didn't even bring my
oh, did you?
Yeah, I didn't even bring my GH5. I just brought this and got a whole bunch of content with that, and it was great. And I picked up like a little Bluetooth tripod grip. Like I know Sony has one, but I have one from PGY Tech, which is so good. I have a
backpack from them.
Yeah, they make some really good stuff. I picked up their it's also on sale at the moment. It's their little like rugged SD card storage holder. Ooh. and it's a high speed SD card reader all in one.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Why have I never seen anything like that before?
Right, yeah, like there's not really, it's really unique. It's really cool. We'll bring it up. We'll bring it up in a bit too. Or have when we get to sort of the categories. We've got quite a few things to get through. But do you want to take us? Do you have any other camera stuff, or are we going in the next category?
I was actually going to just quickly touch on the Mark II of the ZV-E10, and the biggest difference, they've just made it more of a wider angle, haven't they?
Also, I should mention, sorry, that I had the link for the second-hand one that was $800, which is also a really great price. I didn't actually. That was my bad. I thought that was the new one, but even brand new, I think it's going to be like really, still pretty solid. Sony ZV-1.
Sorry, I'll send you the link. I've got just a little story with the ZV.
Yeah.
One at the moment, and it's not a nice story, and I do think I am probably the only one with this issue. I bought my ZV-1 12 months ago. So before I went to Las Vegas with JBL, I wanted to take a smaller camera. For that reason, I didn't want to lug around a bigger camera. And I didn't actually use it when I was over there. So I kind of just put the camera to a side for a few months, and I decided to use that as my second camera, or my B-roll camera, for when I record. And the one day that I wanted to plug mics into it and get ready for an event, I noticed that when I did, there was this buzzing noise coming from the camera. Now, I initially thought it was the microphone, so I ended up getting another microphone, trying it again. It wasn't that. There was actually a buzzing noise coming from the motherboard. So I got it sent off for repair, and they fixed it. That wasn't a problem. However, when they fixed it, they somehow managed to cause the camera to not charge anymore. So it is currently off again, getting repaired for the second time, and I have been waiting weeks for it to come back. So I've been really sad because it's such a fantastic camera and I really want to utilize it, but I just haven't had the opportunity to.
That
it's quite
really
disappointing,
sucks.
and yeah, I think it's just a bit of bad luck. Like, I've never had or heard of this issue, especially with, like, you know, in my daytime job, customers coming in, I've never heard them say that they've had this problem with the camera before. So I feel really unlucky, but I am looking forward to getting it back and just keeping it in my pocket, in my handbag when I go to events. Because yes, phones can do such a great job, but nothing beats just having a little pocket camera. So,
yeah, 100, like 100%. And my favorite sort of combination is like this with, like, you know, any wireless mic, like the DJI wireless mics or the Rode wireless mics. It's such a little pocket solution that is really, really good. So the one thing that I said that, like, when I looked at the Mark II, so like Sony was trying to address the biggest complaint about the original, which was that everyone wanted a wider field of view. They, like, I think it was at its widest is 24, and so everyone was wanting it a little bit wider, and so Sony went, all right, and then they brought out the Mark II, but the problem that, so the caveat of that was the aperture went from 1.8 to f4, and I feel like, to be honest, I think that it's not the best trade-off. Like 24 mil, I think, like, yeah, sometimes you might want it a little bit wider, but it can still, like, it's still pretty good. And I'd much rather have like a wider aperture than have like an extra few millimeters of like of width, and also losing that that range too, like only being able to go to 50 instead of 70. So yeah, that was like, I think that this is kind of like the camera for the people that were wanting that extra bit of width. But I think in my personal opinion, I still think the original ZV-1 is sort of like the better option overall. And if you're worried about
the
it,
Mark III will solve both of those problems.
yeah, well, that's the hope, fingers crossed. But also, oh, hello Ashley, hi, welcome on in. But the one thing I did buy, because obviously with a small camera, it, you know, you do lose a little bit of like handleability, you know, and you want a sort of bit of comfort when using it. I actually just picked up a little small rig like grip off of Amazon, which barely adds any like bulk, but it just gives you a bit more to hold on to. And it was like $20 or something, and it was honestly so good. Like,
that's awesome.
It's really good. And then because it's like a small rig thing and you've got like like 1/4-inch screws around it, so you can just mount more stuff onto it. Highly recommend that.
I've got one on my E10 actually. They're cheap. They're very sturdy. Literally, you can just make the rig of your dreams.
Yeah, like
$20-$30.
straight up. Like I bought like recently bought like some like little cold shoe mounts that you can just like screw into to those like mounts, and so that way I can just like rig it out better, and I can have like, you know, the receiver mic for the DJI like on the side, and then I can have like a little light on there as well, so I can kind of mount everything together.
Yeah.
Because there's just all these little bits and pieces can really like you add it up, and you have such a cool little nifty rig. And I absolutely love the ZV-1. It's so good.
Yeah, it's a great camera. But I think we've covered some pretty good points for cameras. What do you think?
Yeah, I reckon we can move on to our next category, which is audio, which is sort of going to cover like mics and headphones and mixes and things like that. So what have you got for us?
Okay, so I got another biased opinion, guys. But I kind of can't talk about anything else. So, and I also just want to show you something really damn cool, because that's me!
What? Who is that? Who is that?
Me on the JBL website, and I'm so freaking proud of
Oh,
this.
super cool. I just also, can I just say, just really really great photo, like just an absolutely amazing photo that they got for it too. But I don't say that.
So I love the photos that they took for the website. It looks incredible. But for mixed viewers, if you don't know me and another one of my sponsors, I am sponsored by JBL. So I am the face of JBL Quantum in Australia, as we can see here. But look, JBL have a lot of gaming headsets in the JBL Quantum line, and I do just want to highlight one that I think is an amazing price point, because all of them are 50% off at the moment for Black Friday weekend. Just saying.
That is wild.
It is just insane. And if you just want your first gaming headset, or you do want to get something a little bit more premium, I think a really good mid-range is the Quantum 610. So that will be the one to open up, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
But this headset is the best you can get for the mid-range. So it will give you JBL surround sound. It does give you the premium design. You do get the option to use it on PC, console, everything. But I just love that, especially right now, it just does not cost you a fortune for something that is going to really immerse you in video games. Like, I have used a lot of gaming headsets over the years, and obviously I have a biased opinion right now. I'm not denying that. But just the level of surround sound that this range gives me really just takes me on another level. And that is a testament to JBL's sound quality overall. For the last 75 years, like, they've been amazing in the audio space. If you do love something that is really bassy or brings out the low-end audio just incredibly, and yes, that's me, I love that. It really does a great job. And for example, like, I used to play a lot of Call of Duty. I don't play a lot anymore, but I did. And these really helped me in regards to being able to pinpoint where people were shooting from. And my spatial awareness is not great. I am a little bit, I don't know, there's something wrong with me, to put it short. So I definitely feel like this has helped me and helped bring my gaming experience to life. But I'm just highlighting this one because it's $114.95. What the hell?
That is actually, like, that is wild. That, like, just straight 50% off everything is bonkers. Yeah. Now that 610, so that's just wireless only, right? That's not Bluetooth as well.
It's not Bluetooth. If you do want a Bluetooth one, you need to go up to the 810 or the 910. So they are dual source.
Yeah, so that's the one I clicked on there. I'm like, with its 50% off down to 174 is actually just bonkers. Like, that is actually insane.
I need to accept cookies, otherwise I can't do anything. Oh, Chrome has frozen on me. What's new, guys?
Oh no.
Oh, bloody hell. I have had a nightmare with technology tonight.
Now, the earbuds that you're using, are they the one? Is that the Quantum TWS that I'm seeing on this page as well?
No, I am actually using the Live Pro 2s, which are some of my favorite earbuds ever. I would love to show you, but unfortunately I am a little bit frozen. So give me a sec.
No, you're all good. You're all good.
Oh no! We got so far without something happening.
It's just the tech gods do not like us tonight.
No, guys, I'm just like literally having the worst time with this. Sorry, I'm just gonna have to task manager real quick. I'm just gonna flick to my starting soon screen. I should still be able to. Oh, you might not be able to hear Nick actually. Give me 1 sec, sorry, Nick. Just keep talking.
You're all good. You're all good. You do what you got to do. So yeah, so Dale is like, I just bought the Logitech G Pro X2, so I just missed out this. Dale, like, I am currently wearing the Pro X2s, and straight up, like, these are a premium headset. I'm not, like, definitely not shying away from that. But what you get is literally some of the best of the best. Like, Logitech took everything about the Pro X that everyone loved, brought it over to here, and then fixed things that people didn't like about the original Pro X. And so simple things like the ear cups rotate like this, so that when you put them on your, you lean them on your neck, like they actually will fold down like this, and they won't just sit there like that. And also Bluetooth, like Logitech's starting to bring, Bluetooth dual connectivity to their headsets, and like throughout the range as well. And the sound quality in the 50mm drivers are absolutely amazing. And it's just wild. And the biggest factor for me, which is something that I'm really hoping Logitech brings to more of their headsets, is the Pro X2's wireless dongle has a 3.5mm input, meaning in the wireless dongle, meaning that you can integrate this wireless headset with any complex audio setup. So I currently have, out of the headphone jack in my Rode Procaster 2, I have a 3.5 cable going out of that into the wireless dongle for this headset on my PC, and so I'm getting all that audio coming to me. And there's like, in terms of latency,
that was going to be my question.
there's pretty much like none. So at first it can be a bit like odd, because it's like you have to get sort of used to sort of how everything sounds and everything like that. But legitimately, the latency, like there's pretty much no latency. Some, like, I've suggested it to some people, and they said that, like, at first, it wasn't, like, even like a little bit was too much for them at first. But after using it for a little bit, like I'm very sensitive to it as well. But it was within the margin of error at the beginning, where it's like you can very quickly get used to it. But then now it's essentially disappeared. Like, I'm talking right now, I'm hearing my own voice feedback into my headphones, and it's basically instant. It's essentially, it's not entirely zero latency, because it's going from that into the dongle and then being sent over. But with Logitech's high-speed wireless technology, the latency is almost instant, like to the point where you literally, like, I'm talking now and I basically don't even notice it. So
that's
it is
really cool.
Yeah.
I hope a lot of other companies adapt something like that, because that's like what, the first ones to do that? I don't think I've heard of anything else.
I've never heard of any other company doing this. They're the first ones to do this. And the best part about it is, like, you don't need a little external, dock or an external preamp or whatever. Like the high-end SteelSeries headsets have like the little like mix amp thing, which is what a lot of people would had to go to when they wanted a wireless headphones with like a complex audio setup, or with like an audio mixer. Or the A50s had the charging dock that you connected it into.
Yeah.
But it's like, if you don't want the charging dock or like, it cuts that cost away, and it's just the dongle. And what the craziest thing to me about this is, Alicia, is that
Yeah.
this was not mentioned to us at that Logitech event.
I know. That's why I'm like, what the hell? This is unheard of. Because look, I can't say that I go looking at other headset brands often because I don't need to, other than I guess keeping up to date with what they're doing with new technologies to maybe pass on. But they didn't say that to us, so I have no reason to go looking for that feature.
Yeah, that's so like that was the craziest thing was I remember reaching out to Logitech saying like, hey, I want to like review like the headset, which you know, review coming eventually for these ones. But
like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe to both of us. We're both live, by the way. I don't know if we mentioned that like properly before, but we're both live
crazy.
right now.
I'm surprised it's actually happening after what?
I know, right? But yeah, that was the biggest surprise. Was I unboxed the the headphones and I was getting ready to like film it as well and do everything, and I literally was like shocked. I was like, there's a 3.5 jack in here. What? Huh? And then I had to go onto the product page. I'm like what? Wait, what are they trying to do here? And then it said,
yeah, what is
3.5 input, and I'm like, oh my god.
I'm really keen to look at your video when you release it because like my brain right now can't fathom how that is working. I would love to see it. Like, that's so cool.
Yeah, they literally just put a mic jack in a wireless dongle, and like that literally just solved. Yeah, it literally solved every problem that creators had when they wanted. They have their nice audio mixing setup, but their wireless headphone options are just incredibly limited. Like it literally was, use get like the Astro A50s or like the Steel Series, like the high-end Steel Series headphones with that had the preamp dock, or any the very sparse other wireless headphones out there that may have some sort of like dock that can take a wide connection. Otherwise, that was it. You were forced to use wired like headphones, or go with those options. But now, Logitech just thought, what if we just put a mic jack on, like an input on that, and then that you get the best of both worlds. And
it's the future.
Yeah, it literally is. So now I like these are my favorite wireless headphones I've ever used. Like they're just amazing in every way. The battery life on these is stupid good. Like genuinely really good.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Pardon me. I really look forward to seeing your video on that because that's.
Thank you.
If that is as good as you say it is, hopefully it paves the way for other brands to incorporate something similar. Because I have been in the mindset of, I think Quantum need something with a charge base to do those kinds of things, or some kind of option, but I never would have thought to do what Logitech have done.
Yeah, honestly, I had the same thing. I'm like, I didn't even think that that was a thing to do. Like, but it makes so much sense now that they've done it, and it's just not. They haven't even pushed it in any of their like marketing material. Like, no, it's just like
I haven't seen it.
It's just a feature. And like, so like, they position these headphones as like their flagship headphones. And that alone like really makes it. And it's now like these obviously these are pricey, like, but when you compare it to the price of A50s or Steel Series, which is your other wireless options, they're very close, and this just completely blows them way out of the water in so many categories.
That's so good.
Yeah, I really hope we do see more brands pick up, on this sort of like idea of just adding a mic jack, or sorry, just a 3.5 input into a wireless dongle, because then there's just more, there's more of a reason to have like those longer wireless dongles. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and even it's actually even not that long.
So. No, it wouldn't be. Yeah. Wow. That's really cool. I hope to see something like that
Yeah.
in more brands, more models. So that's really cool.
100%. Yeah, so the to go on to microphones, I've got for my audio category, I've got three different microphones that are just going to touch on very briefly on sort of each one. Just because they're like all sort of similar in their regard, just at different price points. So I'll get these links over to you.
I just need to shout out my chat for a second. Oh my god, Wilkie with the $50. What is it? Is it a super thanks or one of whatever it is on YouTube? $50.
What the heck? That's awesome.
What the hell? Just wanted to say I'm loving the channel and all the content. Can't wait to see more. Keep it up. Thank you so much. I don't even know what to say right now. Holy crap! I just thank you. I'm so honored. I have not been in the streaming space in so long. So just your generosity means the world. Thank you so much. And having you here watching, that's more than enough. Oh my goodness.
Yeah,
sorry, Nick.
No, it's fine. That is of course. Because this is your first time streaming on your YouTube channel, right?
On YouTube, it definitely is. Yes, I've been wanting to for so long, but it just hasn't. I haven't had the opportunity to. So, oh my god, thank you so much, Wilkie. That is just insane.
That is so cool.
Oh man, yeah, thank you. All right, we're gonna jump over to your mic. I've got the Samson mic in front of me. Is that what we're looking at first?
Yes, that's the first one we're gonna look at. So I've just sent you all three though. But yeah, essentially, when it comes to microphones, it's quite a big range. And when you are in the position where you've stepped up from a USB microphone into an actual XLR microphone, there's so much out there, and it's hard to know what's good, what's not. And the three options that I've sort of given, they are really great. So on the low end, this is the Samson Q2U, which is honestly one of the best microphones that you can get when you're starting out. So it is an XLR dynamic mic, but it's also a USB mic as well. So you do have
a karaoke mic too.
It does. Yeah, it does. So it may not look like like a fancy, cool, broadcast microphone or streamer mic. But really, if you're on a budget, you want to start out, you can get this microphone, use it as a USB mic, and then, down the track, you can, when you get a audio mixer, then you can start using it with an XLR. And honestly, it is a very, very solid microphone. And I've got a really cool video idea planned around this microphone in the future. But yeah.
You heard it here first.
Yeah.
Exclusive.
It's a little sneak peek, but no, it's generally fantastic. And for those of you that are watching that know, LJ from Stream Scheme, wonderful friend of mine, he preaches to death about this microphone because it genuinely is at this price really hard to beat for a dynamic mic that's both USB and XLR. That is just will really last you until you're at the point you can save money and get yourself a nicer mixer, whether it be the Elgato Wave XLR, whether it's the a Rode the Rode Procaster Duo or the Caster Pro 2, depending on what you want, or recently the Rode Bridgecast, which I'm not sure if you've heard of, Liessshy.
I have.
Sorry, did I say Rode? Sorry, Roland. I misspoke.
No, is that the one I think you've mentioned that to me before. I don't know actually.
Yes, so it is.
I might be getting confused with something else.
It is this bad boy right here.
Ooh, nice.
So yeah, this is came out earlier in the year. It's so for those that don't know Roland, it's a they're a long-standing audio company, and this is their sort of first time making something a bit more in the consumer space, and so they've made what is essentially their answer to the Go XLR. And
Nice.
with TC Helicon, dropping support for the Go XLR, there's kind of been that void. There's the people at Beacon who originally designed the Go XLR, who made their own company, and Beacon stuff's solid, but isn't perfect. Yeah, Roland's definitely been paying attention, and that it's a pretty nifty pickup. But basically, Samson Q2 is really great. The Audio-Technica BP40 is a fantastic dynamic mic, which I almost bought instead of my Shure SM7B, but because the price of this mic, the Shure went down so much, I ended up going with the Shure. Because if you look, like the BP40, normally $450 down to $359, which is a really great that's really great saving. But the SM7B, now it is a little bit. It says was $1,000 down to $447. Yeah. This microphone normally it retails for about $500 to $600, about the $600 range. But even still, down to $447 is such an insane price for the Shure SM7B. It is really, really, really great. So I wanted to sort of, I sort of had these three as sort of different price points for people depending on where they were in their journey, depending on their budgets. Any of these, depending on your budget, is going to be a really solid option.
For sure. The SM7B is a very popular microphone in this space. So that's actually a pretty good price for that.
Yeah.
Obviously, get your XLR going, and then you've got, an amazing kit and caboodle. But I am going to show, of course, the Elgato side of things. I just loaded the same link 3 times. For the Shure mic. Oh, man. What is going on? Okay. Guys, this is what happens when you don't stream in your own setup. I am remote streaming and I'm losing my mind tonight. So, Nick, I apologize to you.
No, it's all good.
Shamble of a stream on my end.
Look, this whole thing happened very last minute where I was like, hey, I've got this idea. Do you want to do it?
I was like, hell yeah. But it's fun, just like being able to chat tech and show people like stuff we use and stuff we recommend in such a casual way, I think is really, really special. Yeah. But I have just flicked you the Wave TX as well as the XLR, and you'll have the Wave 3 already. Also, while I'm loading my links, I just want to shout out another super chat. Mohammed, thank you so much for the $5 super chat. I really, really appreciate that. You guys are spoiling me tonight, and I'm giving you the worst quality ever. Yeah. So, thank you for your support. Don't worry, it can only go up from here. It can't be any worse,
Exactly. We're cruising. It's all good.
Absolutely. All right, let's kick off with the Elgato Wave 3. So this is just like the microphone that everybody knows. If you are a streamer, if you maybe a podcaster, probably more a streamer, if anything. But it is currently $138, which I think is a really good price point. It does usually sit around the $240 mark anyway. And this is just a condenser microphone. So something that will have a wider channel. It will let a little bit more noise in if you don't EQ it properly and set your software correctly. But it's a great just USB mic to plug into your computer. And unless you're like me and have technology that never works for you, it should work straight off the bat. So I actually have mine here. It's right next to me. But because I am working off a laptop that can't handle a lot right now, it's just, I'm having issues. So I don't put that as a fault of the product. I put that as a fault of me and the laptop I'm on. But this is a fantastic microphone to pair up with the Elgato low profile arm or just the standard boom arm mic arm if that's what you want to use. It does have a pop filter built in. You can get a separate one as well. Or you could just use its little stand that it comes with, although I do recommend an arm for sure.
Yeah. Given the price though. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Keep going.
Yeah, so given the price, like you're saving $100 on this microphone right now, and this is another like USB mic that I recommend to a lot of people as well, just because it's really great, and also the Elgato Wavelink software is really fantastic. The $100 that you save right now, yeah, that literally pays off a boom arm, like either the Elgato like LP arm or just a regular boom arm. That literally just pays off. Like you're essentially getting a boom arm for free at that price, which is just nuts to think about.
And it makes a huge difference, honestly. The space that it saves on your desk and being able to just adjust on the fly while you're live or while you're making content or position it in the perfect spot for you is really important, because that leads me to why do I have a double up of the XLR? We want the Wave DX microphone next. This is a dynamic mic from Elgato. Getting it up, sorry. Bloody Amazon. Now, having this on a boom arm is very important, because this is the microphone that does need to sit closer to your mouth. And it is basically Elgato's version of some of the options that Nick showed us earlier. I think for the price, it's $119. That is just insane. To me, that's insane. Yes, it's a lower price point dynamic mic. There are definitely some higher end models out there. But if you are someone who is just learning audio and you want to have something that you can kind of tweak a little better to suit your voice and sound a little bit more professional, this is what I use aside from right now.
Yeah. Well,
in my setup, I use this.
Yeah, with like you said, with a bit of tuning, you can get it to sound absolutely fantastic. And a good example of this is Elliot. Like Elliot, who's another Elgato partner, like obviously he switched to using the DX, and the quality is like almost identical to, he used to, use this Shure. And it's so the quality is pretty on par. Like it's still, still silky smooth. And it's just, they're honestly fantastic mics. Like, it's a really impressive dynamic microphone for its price point. Yeah, very solid.
And when you pair it with the Wave XLR, which is also on special at the moment, currently $148, I think you've got a really good bang for your buck there. This XLR is very simple. There is not an overwhelming amount of buttons or dials for you to get confused. It is, again, it's another foolproof option that can do so much. And if you are using the Wave DX mic, you don't have to pair it with this XLR. You can pair it with any other one. And if you get the Wave 3 microphone, yes, it's a condenser mic, but you can use the Wavelink software, which essentially is a digital version of an XLR, basically. So you can still use that to fine tune your microphone. But this is just easier. It's on the fly. You've got your gain dial in front of you. It's simple. Yeah, like I've got videos on this on my channel. And the way I like to review this kind of stuff is because I'm not a professional. Like my partner is an audio engineer or has studied it, and I definitely have not. And I like to come from, I guess, the average person is not the proper word, but someone who has lower end knowledge. I like to show you how you can still use this kind of stuff, right? You don't have to be the smartest person in the world to get it to work for you. So if this is something that you do buy or you are wanting to buy, I'm more than happy to answer any questions. If you want to shoot me a message over on Instagram, which is self-plug, it is Liessshy, LIESSSHY. But yeah, I think like price point alone, this is a really good combo and you kind of can't go wrong.
Yeah, I also want to just point out, because I was looking at the other options that Amazon shows. There's the one next to it, the XLR solution.
The combo.
The Wave XLR, the Wave DX, and an XLR cable for $295. That is just such a good deal. Like it just is seriously a really, really good deal. For literally $300, you have a full high quality XLR setup. Is like this literally like couldn't have happened 2 years ago or more. Like
Oh yeah.
it was wild, absolutely wild.
Yep. 100%. So I think that wraps up audio though. We've given you
Mhm.
guys like quite a few options. The biggest decision to make is if you want a condenser microphone or if you want a dynamic microphone. Then you just follow the path and see what's out there. But I just think like now's a really good time to buy something while they're all so cheap.
100%. And the natural progression is like, most USB mics are, condenser, and ideally you do want to go dynamic just so you can get, a lot of that sound rejection. You only want it to pick up your voice. And so if you are currently using a USB mic and, you want to sort of make the next step, that whole bundle right there is such a really, really solid option.
Solid buy,
Really
absolutely. Well,
All
let's
right.
move on to another category.
Yeah, so we're going to delve into some PC parts for a moment. Now, there is so much out there for PC parts. Like lots of different websites have different deals, and it can be tough. And like honestly, that just PC parts in general is its own freaking like live stream. But there's a few things that I had found that I wanted to highlight. And the best thing that you can do for your PC is to just get new hard drives or faster hard drives. And Crucial is a really great brand, right? They're like on it, like for hard drive brands that I trust and use and recommend. It's Samsung and Crucial, like those are the two. And I have Crucial SSDs in both of my PCs, along with like some Samsung ones as well. Like they are the only hard drives that I use, and the prices at the moment are insane. So there is
ridiculous.
So the first one is the a NVMe drive, so PCIe Gen 4, super fast, a 500 gig SSD. So this would be great as like your boot drive in your PC. $48.
That's just pocket change at this point. Maybe not in this economy, but
but
is
close enough.
So cheap.
Yeah. It is actually like it's stupid. It is just genuinely stupid. If you if you want to like step up to a drive that's like a bit faster, like Crucial have like the next stage up, which for the same capacity, but it's $74, which is just like I'm just seeing it down underneath there. Really, really great option. Crucial, tried and true, like for reliability and everything like that. Like they are great. Because like people see Samsung like, oh, I know that brand, like that's recognizable. But Crucial they are top notch. So seriously, like, and they tend to be a bit cheaper than Samsung as well. So if you're looking to save a few bucks here and there, they are generally a really great option to go for. And then if you're looking for, a bit more storage, something fast for your games, or, maybe you just need some excess storage. If you're, a content creator, you need to store all the footage that you're recording and things like that. This is a really great deal. 2 terabyte SSD from Crucial. That's pretty fast as well. I have 2 of these in my gaming PC. And they're down to $149.
That's so cheap.
Yeah.
2 terabytes as well. Jeez.
Yeah, it is a really, really great deal. And actually, I've just looked at the recommended underneath. They also, Crucial also has, now it's this, I think, speed wise, I think it's actually the same. But look at this, Alicia. 1 terabyte SSD for $89.
Just opening that one now. $89. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
That's insane. And I think it's very important to note that just because they are cheaper, it does not mean they're bad.
Yes.
Like, these are the underdogs.
They
I have been offered to try Crucial before, and I haven't because I'm a noob when it comes to upgrading my PC parts. But I absolutely know of them, and I know they are a fantastic brand. So, like, I want to buy it at this point.
Yeah.
Just do it.
Literally, like no matter what, no matter what capacity that you're sort of looking for or how much you need, the prices right now are really good. And there was a period of time, where storage was just so expensive. Like it was way more expensive than what it normally was. And now we're sort of starting to see that level out again. And yeah, the prices right now are really good. Like the best thing that you can do, for your PC to make it faster and just more, just to give it a bit more life is put some new hard drives in it. Hard drives will, once they sort of hit the 5-year mark, that's kind of like sort of hitting that like lifespan of a hard drive. And when you sort of hit that 5-year mark, you really see a lot of that slowdown from hard drives, whether it's mechanical or or an SSD. And actually, I don't know if you know this, Liessshy, but with the way that SSDs behave, the fuller an SSD is, the slower it performs.
Yeah, well, absolutely. That's
Yeah.
like me.
Yeah.
The fuller I am, fuller pasta, the slower I am.
Yeah. Too true. Too true. It's just they just eat a lot. So it can actually just pay to spend a little bit extra money, get something that's a bit bigger, like the 2 terabyte one that I've linked here. And even if you only, end up using about a terabyte to 50, like 1.5 terabytes, that SSD is going to be still performing really fast and giving you what you need. And so honestly, get some extra storage or replace what you've got, put a fresh install of Windows on it, and your PC will feel like it's like it's like the day you got it. Yeah, it'll feel so fresh. And it can also just it can fix a lot of weird stuff that you might be happening as well, like what was happening with me on my stream PC. And putting the fresh hard drives and refresh Windows, it's like it just stuff just works again, which is like makes me happy.
That's good. It's a cheaper way to just refresh a computer because not everyone can afford to upgrade the PC completely. 3-4 grand, depending on what you're putting in there, that's just not pocket money to people. So that's a very, very good tip. Thank you so much for explaining that, Nick, because I think that's a very important point.
That's all good. No problems at all. So what have you got for us in sort of the PC part category?
So I didn't because reason why is because yes, I know computers, but I was never confident to build my computer. So I actually had help through Thermaltake to build my PC, and I haven't even touched it for upgrades or anything, and I probably need to, but I just don't feel confident explaining parts of PCs to people when I can't grasp the full thing myself. If that makes sense. Like I don't want to recommend something that is not good because the world of PCs changes very, very quickly. Now I know you have the expertise in that category, so I thought it was very fair that you educate us and show us what you recommend.
No, that is fair.
I had help to build my computer. I never did it on my own.
No, that's fair enough. And look, the first time you build one, it's daunting. It is generally very daunting. And
I'm not afraid to admit that.
And so I'd watched a lot of tech content and sort of build videos, and then when I built my first PC, I did it on my own, which was like very very scary. It's rough. Like putting in RAM sticks for the first time is one of the most terrifying things ever, and putting the CPU in, it's super, super daunting. And then, over time you just get more comfortable and you sort of build your knowledge. Yeah, but it's, I think, until you actually, get to do it, or you have someone, at least for the first time, guide you and be like, this is what you do, this is what you don't do, and you understand how things are meant to be. It's like, all of a sudden you're like, cool, I'm at ease. I've gone through that experience. So yeah, it's
going to take time for me. I do want to build a second one. I would love to upgrade my partner's computer, especially after tonight. But yeah, it's just like, it's like anything, right? You have to do things multiple times before you learn how to do it properly.
Yeah, that's it. And look, But maybe we need to do a future collab video where I come help you build a new PC. Maybe.
Here we go. It's coming. It's happening.
There we go.
That is perfect.
Perfect. All right. Well, I've got just one more for this category, which is the Intel 13700K. Now, so so this is basically the latest generation of Intel, besides like 14th gen, which is like kind of like on the horizon. But I have this processor in my game PC, and it is fantastic for both gaming and also a lot of content creations tasks like editing and, you know, like photo editing, video editing, things like that. Yep. This is such a good price. Like, it's normally, you know,
100%.
Almost $800, and it's down to $600.
600. Yeah. I think I have the 12700K actually.
Yeah.
I think.
That's really good. The 12th and 13th gen are really, really great entries from Intel, just because they've got like the efficiency cores and the performance cores. And so it allows your computer just to sort of palm off the nothing tasks to those efficiency cores, and then the stuff that you actually want the good performance for, like gaming and editing and things like that, that's where those performance cores come in. And you just end up with a PC that is just a lot more versatile. And so these have been a really, really strong recommendation from me. And as someone who's, you know, been using, you with on 12th gen, and myself, you know, with this one here, like it's a really fantastic price for what you're getting. Like a 16 core CPU for $600 with the kind of speeds that, like, this thing can get up to 5.4 gigahertz on the performance cores. It's such a great like solid CPU. Like, unless you are, you know, you have a quite a decent budget and you want to go all out on something because you want the best of the best, then, you know, obviously there's the higher SKUs. But if you're trying to sort of save some money, but you still want to have something that can handle everything that you want to throw at it, you want to do some gaming, you want to do some editing, you want to do some streaming as well, this is a really, really great option.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I went with my 12th gen when I was building my PC, because I wanted something, excuse me, that could do a bit of everything. Even though I do most of my editing on Mac, I am both a PC and a Mac user. If I just want to load up something real quick on the PC to edit, you know, maybe just a short little reel or something, it handles it fine. And then obviously the gaming side of things, like, I don't push it to, I guess, its full potential, because I'm definitely more of a cozy gamer these days, but I still have had no issues. It just runs so smoothly. The PC doesn't really make much noise either. It's just, it's great. They're a great buy. And I love Intel. I've always used Intel. They are reliable processors in my opinion, and at least in my experience. And that price is very hard to argue it. Yeah,
it really is. Look, AMD was dominating for a long time. I've got an AMD CPU in like my stream PC, for example. And, you know, with 12th and 13th gen, Intel really, you know, came sort of back into the running and provided a really great option for, you know, for consumers. And I think, like, now we can we're in this sort of position now where you can go either way. AMD has amazing options on their side. Intel also has amazing options on their side. And so, but at this price point, it's honestly hard to pass up. Like, it's such a good price for what you're getting.
100%.
But what's having some good parts if you can't have a nice thing to play games on? So. All right.
I gotta show you a wish list item, guys.
All right.
This is something that I would love to own, okay? And I just want to say that the URL, the last 5 letters, are SEXXY, and that is exactly what this monitor is. It is a sexy monitor, and it is the OLED G8 Samsung Odyssey 34-inch gaming monitor. Now, I am in... Sorry, so fix my headphones. I'm in a place where I really want an ultra wide, and I don't know why, other than the fact that I think it would be amazing to game on, especially an OLED screen. Now, this one is currently, when you go to the where to buy section, there's a few places you can get it from. It's sitting around $1,399. That's a lot of money. I understand that. It's a very expensive monitor. It's nearly $2,000. I'm just looking at it on M-Wave right now. But how can you not want that? I'm at the point where I really do want to upgrade to an OLED monitor, because I just want to enjoy my visuals a little bit more. I love my Asus monitor that I have. I have the Gundam version. I can't remember the actual model number.
Oh,
but
that's so cool. The Gundam stuff's so cool.
They are really, really sick. And I love that screen. But I do need to upgrade my monitors because even my second monitor is outdated. But I'm thinking, like, I've got this fancy setup in my brand new studio. Do I want to go with an ultra wide and change it a little bit? What are your opinions on ultra wide?
I currently use one.
Oh, there we go. So my bank card.
Yeah, so I was in the position where I'd always lusted over an ultra wide and, you know, never had the budget for it because, you know, a lot of the, like, in terms of upgrading the setup, there was other things that were kind of the priority, like, you know, the actual PC itself and things like that. And I was very fortunate enough to work with Asus, and so actually, you know, got sent one of their like latest ultra wide monitors, which price wise is basically the same as this Samsung. Same resolution, like same sort of like, you know, in terms of like refresh rate and things like that. There's actually very on par. Funnily enough. Yeah. Except this one isn't OLED. It's just like an IPS panel. But honestly, gaming on it has been really great. I really do enjoy it. Even you know, like it obviously not every game is going to support the ultra wide resolution.
Correct,
And I think the 34-inch ultra wide is actually a really nice, like, ultra wide range.
Size,
like,
I wouldn't go any higher.
If you go any higher, you're looking at like this. What is it? The G9, the Samsung G9, that stupid 49-inch long. Like, it's just so like. And I don't. Not to insult it, like, you know, if you could have that single monitor on your desk and, you know, you're set, right? But yeah, like 34 inches.
It's not practical to me.
Yeah, it's really not.
Like, I'm looking at it right now. I'm like, unless you've got like a cockpit going for flight sim or some racing game, I just don't see how that's practical.
No, it's just absolutely wild. Samsung G9 for those everyone looking on here, that needs to sort of see what this is like. This is the beast. Look at that monstrosity. It's just massive. But you know what? I'm really glad it exists. Like, props to Samsung, because I'm so glad it exists. And they make very solid displays. So so it used to be my main monitor before I got this Asus one. It's actually the first when Samsung first brought out their G line of monitors. So I actually have a G7 monitor as the portrait one, and it had that 1000R curve. So it's actually a really perfect, like, portrait monitor.
Yeah, right.
And they really like the Samsung displays are really solid. You, I think, will immediately notice the benefit of editing on an ultra wide, Liessshy, because it is so nice. It is generally such a nice experience, and I'm like, it's really great. Obviously, if you're an avid live streamer, ultra wide format brings in its own challenges. But once you work out the quirks, it's really fine. So when I'm live streaming a game, I play that game in 16:9. Because, you know, it nicely fits into OBS. But when I'm gaming offline, it's great. Like, it's really, really fantastic. And honestly, I have a 3060 in my game PC, and it's still able to comfortably run this ultra wide monitor at 1440p and the other two 1440p monitors that I've got left and right of it.
That's sick.
That's so
really good.
Yeah, so like it's even if you like, I think it's easy to look at like a monitor like this and think, oh man, I'm gonna have to have like the a 4080, or a 49 or anything like that. It's like, not really, especially if this is like your only monitor, or if you're in, if it's like one of two monitors, like for example, or in my case, like 3. Like you can still run it well. I target 120 FPS, so like, and which is, if you won't on a 3060, you're not going to be really able to push much higher than that, unless you like drop all your settings down to low. But I still comfortably game with, high settings a lot of the time on the ultra wide and have a really, really great experience.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think if you've been really on it, I honestly would sort of give it a go. I can see it's always like, because it's $500 off what it's normally costs for this monitor. I think,
which is it's very good, given the fact it is an OLED as well. That's not for everybody, but I want to experience an OLED monitor, especially an ultra wide. I really do.
The contrast ratio, the deeper blacks, like the color reproduction. Like, I mean, if you've bought an OLED Switch, or you've been able to look at like an OLED Switch side by side with the original Switch, you can like, that's just a small taste of like how great OLED is.
Exactly.
And it's if you've got the budget for it, it's definitely worth it. And there's a lot of ultra wide monitors out there. Like it is an investment, but it's a worthwhile one if you really think it's for you, and you do anything creative. Like if you're doing any form of like video editing, this is like already a big like thumbs up. Yeah.
Well, keeping on the ultra wide route, I just sent you another one because I realized I doubled up on 2 links to you. Sorry.
Oh,
I just want to quickly touch on one that isn't OLED and isn't an arm and a leg in pricing. And it's this Lenovo G34W30 34-inch monitor. It is an ultra-wide Quad HD, and I actually sold one of these today to someone, and I had no idea it existed until today. And I was like, wow. Okay. Yeah. So it's $549, down from $900, and still keeping on that 34-inch theme. 165 hertz. It is curved. It's just an IPS panel. It's not OLED or anything too fancy. But this price point is kind of hard to argue with for an ultra wide.
That's amazing. I'm the same as you. I didn't know this monitor existed, but that's wild. Like even at full price for $899, like that's a really solid price. But that's what?
Yeah, I know.
That is bonkers.
Today, I was very shocked, and look, I have not tried out a lot of Lenovo stuff, and I will admit a lot of their stuff doesn't really appeal to me, other than their more higher end laptops and like their Legion stuff. I quite like the Legion stuff. I would like to try. But this is just like Lenovo brand, and that kind of shocked me. I was like, wow, this looks really, really good. I think, what did I see? I saw something in, in the details. Like the millisecond response time. They reckon it's 0.5 of a second.
That's impressive.
Yeah. If you can achieve that, I think this would be a really, really cool experience. And, you don't have to go spend all that money on an OLED ultra wide. Like I'm sure this will still put out a really nice picture, but yeah, I thought this was a really, really interesting buy.
Yeah, no, that is like, honestly, that's such a good price for like a monitor like this. And I'm looking down the specs. So 124% sRGB, which is pretty great. It does use a VA panel though, so it's not IPS, and that's probably where some of the cost savings is coming from. But a VA panel is still it's still really solid. And I mean, and at these kinds
it was IPS. Sorry, I didn't mean that. I think I was thinking of the other one I'll show you shortly.
The other one? Okay, yeah, that's all good. Yeah, sorry, because I was looking through and I had noticed that. That's
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's so even a VA panel, you're still gonna have a really solid experience. Like if you're like, obviously if you're getting an ultra wide, you're definitely like an avid PC user, you know, maybe a little bit of like, you know, enthusiast, you want to have a nicer setup, and you'll still have a really pleasant experience, you know, using this monitor. If you're doing anything like high end, you know, creation wise, like in terms of like color and things like that, you definitely obviously want to go like an IPS panel. But
Absolutely,
I mean, this is like that's freaking awesome.
I think just for gaming, like that'll be fine.
Yeah. Did you also? I don't know if it's in the recommended or underneath that Lenovo for you, but there's an LG ultra wide that's 466.
Yes, and that was actually going to be not this specific one, but I was going to show you a 27-inch Ultra Gear from LG, which is also an amazing buy. But we can open this one up real quick because $466 again for a 34-inch, very, very similar specs as the Lenovo. Yeah, I didn't actually see this one earlier. That's insane.
Yeah, it's just absolutely bonkers. I don't, it doesn't say, hang on, let's go on the details. So this one's a VA panel as well.
The VA, yeah.
Yeah. But that's like, yeah, that's such a good price.
Absolutely.
But going over to,
some really good options.
I'm really glad you actually linked the other LG monitor that you've linked. I almost bought this monitor once upon a time.
Oh, really?
Yep, I was very, very, very close. It was, I was actually this was going to be the monitor that I was going to be buying, because I wanted to replace the crappy Kogan monitor that I'd bought, you know, years ago, which is, I still use as my left monitor over here, but will be getting replaced soon. But yeah, I almost went with this one, but then I was fortunate enough to actually like the stream was very supportive at the time, and then we actually ended up going with the Samsung G7.
Oh, amazing.
But otherwise, this LG Ultra Gear would have been the one that I went to, and that was, I remember when I looked at it a few years ago, it was like $600. Now it's half that.
It's $299.
That is wild. That is wild.
27-inch, like that's what I currently use for my monitors, and I thought that I was completely content with that until I wanted to try an ultra wide. But I still think a 27-inch is kind of like the perfect size. And I've seen these monitors in stores, and they look really, really good for what they are. So I was just blown away at the price point. Yeah,
no, that is actually incredible. I really like this monitor a lot. It's got 1440p, 144 hertz. It's an IPS panel as well. It is really great G-Sync compatible, which is, you know, that's a really important thing to note too. It's generally a really, really solid monitor that's like rated pretty highly too. So if you're looking for a good, you know, monitor upgrade, or you're looking for, maybe you want to, you know, replace your main monitor and have something, you know, then put your current monitor to the side so you can have multi-monitor setup, or maybe just looking for another, like maybe you've got a really nice main monitor and you just want to have something that's good, you know, but just as a secondary monitor. This is going to fit the bill. Like, that is actually just fantastic. I'm actually shocked. I'm genuinely shocked to see it that cheap.
I know, it really blew me away. Like, even $399 is cheap, but $399, like, that's mental. And this one actually, well, on M-Wave finishes on the 1st of December, so there's a couple days left to get this one.
That's good. Yeah, I think a lot of a lot of these sales are kind of finishing around like the 1st of December, like 3rd of December, like around there. So if you are in the market, definitely, you kind of you just need to jump on it. Like, get it while you can save $100 off. That's really good. But I think, so I've got a couple monitors from my end, sort of staying in sort of that sort of budget, like mid-range category. And so I've got two. I've got they're very similar monitors, but one is 1080p and one is 1440p.
Yep.
And so these are the Asus Tough range of monitors.
Yeah.
And these like are really solid. Like Asus make really great monitors, as sort of we all know. And obviously their Tough branding is their more like the kind of, their gamer centric, more budget range. But really like they are absolutely like fantastic. So this one here for the 1080p one is down to $299. Now for some people who don't want to go to 1440p, or they want to stay at 1080p, resolution, just because maybe they've got an older system, and they just want to, you want to be able to pump the frames, and you don't need anything higher than HD. It's a really solid option. Like they're really, really great panels, and very like high response times as well. Like if you like, your competitive games, like it's going to get up there. Pretty color accurate too.
They are actually. I agree there.
Yeah, it's a very, very solid option. I mean, this one's on the slightly older side. It still has like a VGA or DVI port in it. Hilariously enough,
it's a relic.
Yeah, but it's a solid like budget option. But after seeing how cheap that LG Ultra Gear is for the same price, you might as well just go the LG. Like that one's a really, really great option. Yeah. And then also the other one is actually the 1440p one, which is a newer one, which I'm now seeing did not say pre-order the other day when I looked at it, ironically enough. But it's just, but to, I guess, talk a little bit more generally about them, like, essentially the same monitor, but in 1440p. And they're very solid options. So really, with all the options that we've sort of given you guys, you can't really go wrong. Like,
honestly, everyone's gonna go on shopping sprees tonight. There are so many cool things that we have shown off, and like monitors are. I don't know about you, but to me, it's a really, really hard purchase. I get very overwhelmed with how many options there are, and it all comes down to like price point at the end of the day for what specs I want. And yeah, like what they are right now is kind of ridiculous. So
yeah, we're at this.
What I want to buy.
Yeah, like I can't remember who I was talking about it the other day. We're at the this sort of point with tech where we've had all of these really crazy advancements over like the past 6 to 10 years, and now it's we're kind of slowing down in a way where like the advancements like year to year are like smaller and smaller, and then now there's this big push with like AI, of course, but it means that a lot of this, a lot of the stuff that was like bleeding edge and new, like has kind of been out for a bit, and now stuff is just dropping. Now you can get a 1440p high refresh rate 27-inch monitor for $299. Like,
yeah, that's ridiculous.
That's like that.
Mine was close to $1,000.
Yeah,
although mine was gifted, I will say that.
Yeah.
But the price point when it came out was around $1,000.
Yeah, like to hit that price point, you'd have to go with something from Kogan or like a lower end brand, like an off brand or something like that. But now you can get a good name brand quality monitor for such a good price. It's like absolutely wild. Like it's insane.
But shall we move on to streaming gear?
Yeah, or do we have peripherals, or do you have that after?
Actually, we can go to peripherals.
Yeah, I just had like a couple to point out.
Yeah, sure.
Did you have any peripherals or?
I do.
You do?
I
sweet.
shall send them through. The first one I want to talk about is my most favorite keyboard ever at the moment, and it is the ROG Azoth keyboard.
Yes.
Oh, I love this thing. Ugh. Okay.
It is so good. Also, what I currently use as well.
Yep, I am like sitting here right now with this keyboard, and I love it. And I also have the white version, which is in my studio, but we're settling with the darker one right now. Now, I just want to point out, on SculpTech. It is currently $299. That's just like amazing. But what makes it even better is that there is a $50 e-gift card redemption from ASUS if you purchase this before the 31st of December.
Wow, $250, just like that. That is
literally.
That is a really good price for this keyboard.
For one of the best keyboards you'll ever use.
Yeah, no, straight up. It legitimately, like, in terms of when you think of premium keyboards, like, this is really up there with everything it does. What it, you know, all the little accessories that come with it, hot swappable switches, you get a few spare switches, like the whole
lube, get tweezers,
lube kit,
you get everything you need.
It's wild, and the ROG switches are very, very solid. And I have the white version as well, and I don't know. Did you get the snow switches?
I did. They're probably my favorite.
I love them. Like, if you guys have seen, you know, keyboards out there, like, you know, people have done typing tests and they have like kind of that creamy sound to them, that creamy smooth sound. That is the snow switches that are coming. They're launching with the white edition of the Azoth, and they're just wow. It seriously, divine. It is. Yeah, if you want a premium keyboard, like, this is it.
And it is premium to the touch. Like, the materials it is made from makes it worth the full price alone, let alone being on sale. And I've never been one to really want to spend hundreds of dollars on a keyboard, but this just blows my mind. And it's a dual source plus wired, so you can use it with the wireless receiver, you can use it with Bluetooth, you can plug it in via a cable and use it wired. It is PC and Mac compatible. It has a little OLED screen on the top that shows you different settings, different functions. I'm pretty sure you can program stuff on there too, can't you? Get it to show you some certain information. Yeah. You've got quite a few options for what you want to have it on there. It's pretty great. Yeah, absolutely. So that was basically my number one pick. I'll hand over to you though for what you've got, because I'm just like basking in the glory of this keyboard.
No, it's all good. Like,
that's all I care about right now.
Like, yeah, no, that's so, because literally, I would legitimately spend my money on this if I didn't have it. Like, it was just, it's just such a great keyboard, and it can be really daunting, like you said, to see a keyboard at like that high price point. But it really earns its money a lot. And yeah, if you like, whether you like white peripherals or black, you've got the options with both. And I was gonna say too, the like, to pair with it, the Harpace. Like, the mouse is like, yeah, the Harpace is such a great. I don't have it in my list, but it was actually because it was like a last minute edition from like earlier, but it is so good. This mouse launched at $189, which is essentially just disrupted the market for high. That's a nice looking mouse. Yeah, for high quality wireless mice at that price point was like just wild. And so SculpTech have it for $129. Yep, and in white as well. Yeah. And also, yeah, just launched recently in white too. So you've got no matter what sort of theme you have for your setup, you're gonna have you've got the options. And also, $20 e-gift card. So it's $109 after the end of it.
That's great. I want to do that. I want the white one. like how that is insane. Like, that is literally. Just that's a very good deal. I'm literally like speechless. Like, it is I use like this mouse a lot and reviewed it as well, and it was it's been one of the best like competitive mice and like, or just wireless gaming mice that I've used. It is really good, and it's also one of the lightest out there. It's like 54 grams. Oh jeez. Yeah. Wow. I might need to make the swap, because I am a religious Logitech user and I love the G502, and I've got the G502X Plus now, the white one. Yep. I'm using the G502 now, but my white one is in the studio. I do have a link for it because I did see a good price for it right now. I will find it for you because,
Mhm.
believe it or not, Officeworks have it for a decent price.
That's good. Officeworks come out with some bangers every now and then.
They definitely do. They definitely do. So pulling that one up now. This is the new version, the 502X. Did that come through?
Yeah. So I was fighting with my Windows for a moment.
Now it's your turn.
Yeah, my browser Windows. No, that's not what I copy and paste. There we go. That's what we want.
The mouse is $188 at Officeworks, which I think is pretty good, given that this has some pretty good quality features to it. And I do like the new design of the X edition. Love the white. I will say it is big for me, but it's actually not a problem. I've got very small hands, and it is quite a long mouse. But I don't find it being a problem. It still sits very well in my hands. Yeah, and I've just used this, well, the standard 502 previously, like, for years.
That's good.
I just haven't swapped.
It is one, like, I mean, the 502 is one of the best selling mice, like gaming mice ever. Because it just had a really good shape, a really solid performer. It had, enough buttons to give people a lot of flexibility, but not too much that, it was like an MMO mouse and had to, completely change its shape. And it was just brilliant. Like I used the, the original 502 for years, and then, went to the 502 Lightspeed. And then, when the new X line came out, I was genuinely so excited. And I really, really do love the X line. And yeah, even for like smaller hands, like with the sniper button, you can just pop it out and swap it over. So if you've got a shorter thumb, like you've got that flexibility. They're really great mice. Like they're fantastic.
The wired version, $74.50.
That's wild. Also,
what the hell?
$188 is $90 from what it cheaper than what it normally retails at, which is a crazy saving. I think it's in Australia now. There's also there's the G502 like X Lightspeed, which is basically the non-RGB version, which I'm not sure. I feel like I saw that it was okay, here's the JB Hi-Fi have the link for it. $124.
$124.
Yep.
Wow.
So if you want the wireless flexibility, but you don't need or don't want the RGB, this is my this is what I would recommend going for. And the battery, like if you turn the RGB off on this, the battery life is really great. Like it's really good.
I'm spoiled for battery life because I do use the mouse pad that has the, what's it called?
Power Play.
With the power in it. The Power Play, that's the one. Yeah. So I genuinely can't comment on the battery life because mine's always charged. But yeah, no, I really like this mouse, and I do know that there's other and better options out there, but I just think my biggest thing is I have symptoms of carpal tunnel. So I need a mouse with a thumb rest. Otherwise, I just cramp up so much. And there's not many options that I actually find quite comfortable for me. So that's why I like this one, because it does just sit perfectly on my thumb and the palm of my hand, even though my hands are smaller. People have made fun of me on the internet because they think this mouse is too big for me, and they're right, but I can't complain about the size because it doesn't actually bother me. It still works fine. I still find it's very responsive for me. I can click fast. I'm not getting any kind of barrier in that regard. So really great mouse, fantastic prices at the moment, and I suppose I'll leave it at that. Otherwise, I'll keep rambling.
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you're happy with the mouse, like, people shouldn't worry. It's like, it does. Exactly. Mice are so subjective. Like, it's so down to personal preference. someone might have a large hand but prefer a really small mouse, and from objective might be like, wow, you're using such a tiny mouse, why are you doing that? But it's like, but maybe that's what they want.
You're not me.
Yeah,
Exactly.
like everyone is very, very different. And if you find something in finding a mouse that's like a really good fit for you is like it's challenging, because mice aren't something we don't have the luxury like here a lot of the time, like in Australia, because a lot of stores don't really have this. We can just go and try a whole bunch of mice because they're just on display.
Exactly.
I wish we had Micro Center here in Australia. Like, holy crap.
Oh man, that would be a dream.
I really wish we did.
That would really be.
So yeah, so going off reviews for mouse reviews is like really important for a lot of people, because I was there. I'm like, how am I going to know if this mice for me? I don't want to buy this and then try and be like, well, this is not for me, and then you can't return it because you've used it,
You're
and
stuck with it.
yeah, it's exactly it. So unless it's like faulty, but it's really tough. And I would argue that the X line of mice is probably some of the best all-rounder mice in terms of like, it can game really well. You've got extra buttons, so you can do a bunch of stuff, like where in your creative programs you can set a few extra macros. I don't know what you've mapped your buttons to, but I use the two buttons that are on the side of the left click on the X2 as enter and delete.
Oh, that's so smart.
Yeah.
Why haven't I never thought of that?
Yeah, because I thought about it. I'm like, what are two keys on the keyboard that I hit a lot that I have to lift my right hand away from? It's delete and enter. Because I'm like, I'm always always deleting stuff, and then if you're typing and then you're changing something, and then you just hit the button, enter, like done.
That's revolutionary.
Yeah. Honestly, it's been like the best thing I've ever done for just general PC use is have delete and enter on just where my index finger is, to the point where, as much as I love using other mice, not having enter and delete is just general. I'm like, oh wait, I don't have that. I have to lift my hand up and hit the keyboard.
Oh my god. I am literally just blown away right now, because I would never have thought of that. And it just makes so much sense.
I'm so glad it's like that you think so. Yeah.
No,
Got it set up.
You're so right though, because you do lift your right hand to press enter and delete, or even backspace for that matter. The backspace will be a little bit more tricky, because that could require a few presses. I like that.
The way I thought about it, like, where backspace, because delete and backspace can work interchangeably. It's like, instead of, you just move your cursor to the front and hit delete. But I'm like, but when but general file, going through different your Windows Explorer, deleting stuff, just going delete, delete. You don't have to lift your hand off the keyboard, because I mean, sure, anyone, when it's not something you're sort of aware of until you think about it, how often you actually hit the delete key on your keyboard, and then you're just oh crap, wow.
Yep.
Such 100%. A simple thing.
Wow. Love that.
Yeah, so it's really, really great. Now, my last option for peripherals, I think, is such a good deal. This is the bundle offer that EB have. I think it's I think it's an EB exclusive. So.
Okay, I love that mouse, so I do own that.
Yeah.
Not that color, but I do have the 305.
Yeah, these are both amazing products. Normally this is $200, which is already such a good deal, for this bundle. But $99 for a really great budget, lightweight wireless headset that is Bluetooth and wireless. And then the G304, which is a fantastic wireless mouse that goes off. It's a bit old school. For those that don't know, it has it takes a AA battery in it, but this thing, it lasts
ages.
You will literally change that battery I don't know, depending on how often you use it, once every 3 to 6 months.
But
Like,
that's like most of Logitech's mice that take batteries. They can last months to a year, or even 16 or 15 months. It's ridiculous.
yeah,
They're
on a
made so
single
well.
AA. It's actually
Yep.
it's bonkers. And I have been so close to getting this bundle. Like, I don't need this bundle, but like, this is for like my use case, it would be my little travel kit with my laptop.
I was just about to say that. That is such a good buy for a travel bag.
Yeah.
Because I'm pretty sure that headset, that's dual source as well, so you can use that with your phone and stuff too.
Yeah, and I think like, because normally it's about $150, like, you know, to $180 like on its own for that headset. And it is really good. It is one of the lightest headsets I've used. Like, it's all plastic, but it's made very well. And also, I rarely have to charge that headset too. Like, the battery life on it in general is just fantastic. So if you're looking for a really great value bundle deal, this is it. I'm so close constantly to just, you know, like picking this up, and but I'm like, no, like, I'll be good. Like, I don't need it. I'm okay. But yeah, seriously, if you're in, like, whether you're looking as like a secondary set, or even if you're just looking for a nice little upgrade for, you know, your own like setup at home, like something that you can use at your desk and then just take with you because it's also Bluetooth, like, it's awesome. And I think the isn't the 304 that's Bluetooth. Oh no, it's only wireless.
No, it's just wireless.
Just wireless. That's right. But still,
and that's
like,
a specific is it the 304 is a colorway? Because I got the 305, which is just the white one.
Maybe actually. G304. Yeah, I think that they're the ones that come. Yeah. So the 304 comes in like all the different colors. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay. That's really cool. I like that. I wish more companies did bundle packages with peripherals, because great Christmas presents.
Yeah. It's just so cheap. Like, and let's say, I think a lot of people would look at this and think, oh wow, like, if it's that cheap, it must not be that good, like what you said before. But in this case, that is that is not it. Like, it's just really, they're really good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, that's sick.
Yeah. All right.
Shall we move to streaming gear?
Yeah, let's get to some really juicy stuff. And I'm looking at your list, and we as we expected, we have a lot of the similar stuff. So let's do it.
Yeah.
Lead us in.
All right. I'll just kick off with the Stream Deck. And look, most of you are probably going to know what this is. I will keep it short and sweet. This is the one-stop shop for a creator. Like, it will be your best friend. Whether you're a streamer, an editor, you do podcasts, you do voiceovers, I don't know, whatever kind of content you make, this really is the power in the palm of your hand. I have one sitting in front of me right now, and it's currently not powered on because of the setup I'm using, but I use a Stream Deck to program my lights, to open programs, to control my microphone, to literally do everything. And it just is the biggest time saver for content creation. You literally have probably thousands of different sorts of functions you can set to it, or shortcuts you can create. I can't explain enough to you how important I think this product is, especially when there's a few different options you can buy, but they're like, most of them are on special at the moment anyway. So this one that we're looking at here is just the standard Stream Deck. It is the Mark II version, and it is currently down to $175.
Really good price. Really good price.
Oh my god, unreal. You can send a tweet straight away. You can hit go live straight away. If you are like me and use Final Cut Pro, I haven't tried it yet, but I want to. But I'm pretty sure you can do a bunch of functions for that to make editing a lot faster. I know you definitely can with other editing software. But yeah, like, everyone I know that makes content has one of these, and I have never heard a bad thing about the Stream Deck.
No, it's generally like it especially when they brought out like the Mark II and the XL, and Elgato brought out like the version 2 of like their software. They really worked out a lot of like the sort of kinks that were present sort of early on. I still remember when the Stream Deck first came out, and it was just mind blowing. Like it was just like, this is what we needed. And even though it's called the Stream Deck, it's more than that. Like I feel like anyone who uses a computer should have some form of Stream Deck, just because of everything you can do with it. And because and on my list, I actually had the Stream Deck Mini, which is currently on DigiDirect is like $107 for the Mini.
Let's get that up. Which I think is just like the perfect little companion for everybody. If you are not, a streamer and you don't think you need that many buttons physically, just know that there are pages in these things. You can get the Stream Deck Mini and you can just flick through pages and have still so many options, more than 6. More than the 6 buttons that it presents you. So $107, holy.
It's such a good price. Like, and these are great.
It's
and
cute.
Yeah, it is. It's adorable. Also, I know the Stream Deck Plus comes in white. Does the Mark II come in white?
It does.
It does. Yeah. So for those who want an alternate look, or like the white aesthetic, you've got the options there too. But the Stream Decks are just they're so great for anything. And funnily enough, Stream Decks are actually used so much in the professional environment. Like I'm talking like high level broadcast for events, for whether it's live or recorded. These are actually present in multi-thousand, multi-million-dollar broadcast studios, and these things are on the desks of like next to like gear that's like 10, 20 times the cost of it. It is
just a testament to how amazing it is.
Yeah, it's just so versatile. It's just in essence, it's like, oh, it's simple. It's just a bunch of LED buttons, on like a little thing that's programmable. And the way that they've expanded it is, it's just brilliant. And at these prices, like this is the best time. Like it's
100%.
definitely not something like, you don't need this product to be a streamer or be a creator. You don't need it. But when we say you need it, like it is a factor of like, it is literally just going to change the way that you do everything, and it just makes everything easy. That's the key.
It simplifies everything for you. And if you want to make things even easier for yourself, the pedal. Let's pull up the Stream Deck pedal real quick.
Yes.
This is a product that I didn't expect, but I'm so glad it was made. So this basically puts the Stream Deck in this little foot tool that has 3 buttons, and you can again set functions and get your foot to open certain things. This is just like a great way to add more flexibility to your setup. So for example, the best case scenario that I have thought of using this is any piece of content I'll make in the kitchen, which I am wanting to do now that we have some new spaces set up in our new place. And I won't have to reach over and press a Steam Deck. I can literally just tap my foot on a button and it could change a camera angle for me.
That's
yeah.
I actually, you know what? That never occurred to me of like, it makes so much sense because like you're doing stuff with your hands, like you're cooking, and then you can just go hit the That makes so much sense. That makes so much sense.
It's so smart, isn't it?
It's really good. And so I like before the Stream Deck pedal came out, like I bought a like $20 like USB pedal off of Amazon, and I just like I set those to like certain hotkeys because I was like, I want to be dumb and I want to like hit a pedal and have my camera zoom into my face. And to do like simple stuff like that. But then Elgato coming out with it, and a lot of people looked at it and thought, well, that's overpriced for like a foot pedal. And it's like, well, when you compare it to like other USB foot pedals, like like it obviously is a lot more expensive in comparison, but
it just works.
The
software's now usable.
Yeah, it's really good, and the build quality on it is really good. And the one thing that the Elgato pedal has over the other ones is that it's smaller while still offering 3 pedals, and you always know which pedal you're hitting. All of the other USB pedals, like the cheap ones that you have, it's like the same pedal just next to each other. So when you reach over with your foot, you're like, wait, hang on, you have to feel around like, wait, is that the middle one or is that the left one? Whereas you always know which pedal you're hitting because of the asymmetric design of like each side of it. So it's like it's little touches like that make the difference. And it also comes with springs, so you can adjust the tension. Like if it's like too hard for you to push, that's okay. Just change out the springs and make it a bit easier. Or maybe you keep like hitting it by accident. That's all right. Put the other springs in and you're good. So really what you get is a very thought out and polished product, which really does earn its price normally, but at $99, like that is just...
Oh, $99 is a joke, right?
So like
is that even real?
Yeah, that's just such a stupidly good price. I absolutely love it.
Yep. Stocking stuffer.
Yeah, no, legitimately.
The content creator in your life.
Yeah.
Yeah, really, really good. I will just quickly power through a capture card that I think is a great option, if that's all right with you, Nick.
No, of course, go for it, yeah.
And that is, again, the Elgato HD60X. So this is an external capture card if you do want to stream your your consoles. This is a really good option that, well, the cheapest I found at the moment is $200, which I think is very, very good considering that this does capture at 4K 30 or 1080p 60 with HDR, and has pass-through as well. So this will work best for your latest gen consoles, so your Xbox Series X and your PS5. It's a very, very lightweight device and a very easy device to set up, and I love this thing.
Yeah, it's really good. I still use a HD60S, like for like capturing my Switch, and like for like as like the budget option for a lot of people when they're like just starting out, like was always like my recommendation. But a lot of like they're starting to like dry up a lot now as well. And so but the HD60S was and the S like S2 or whatever it is,
Plus,
that was about $150 to $200 for that one. So at this price this is like if you know you're gonna need a capture card, or you've literally sort of been eyeing it up, this is one of the deals that I would say get it now. Get it while it's $199, because that is just a crazy good price.
Yeah, I have to agree. And I have also just got myself the 4K internal card for my PC as well. But I still find that I just go to this, and I don't know why. It's easy.
That's it. It's easy. Like that's the kicker. It's just like easy, and also because it's a much newer product, and like a new sort of like internal processor. So like we're seeing better advancements in like latency and how quickly it can sort of deliver the signal to your capture software of choice. But yeah, as far as capture cards go, like Elgato's leading the way a lot. I will say Ava Media is also like they've really come around in recent years, and they're also the first to bring out the capture card with HDMI 2.1, which is really cool.
We love that. Clap.
Yeah, and so I'm looking forward to Elgato coming out with their HDMI 2.1 like capture card. So hopefully that's around the corner, because I really hope it's soon. But yeah, no, I think the HD60X really solid capture card. So definitely pick it up if you just need like anything at all. But it's also a good segue to sort of my next one. I did send you my links as well. So this next item that I have, this is definitely not for everyone. So this is for the creators and streamers out there that want that don't want to have lots of different things like on their desk, or they want to sort of condense as much like as possible. So this is a recently new product from Rode, which is currently almost $200 off its normal retail price. The Rode Streamer X.
Nice. I need this.
Yeah, this is it's a capture card and an audio interface built into one. And it also can connect to 2 PCs at once.
That's so cool. That's great.
So this is literally like such a great option for it's like it's so small too, which is amazing. But you have
like a little launch key.
yeah, no, legitimately. And you've got the option. So you can either have your camera running into this thing, or a game console, because it has pass-through. So it's so versatile for what it can do. And the fact that you can connect it to 2 PCs at once. So if you do, for example, have a dual PC setup, this is going to be a great option. Or you can plug the second USB into the same PC, and then you get an extra like audio channel that you can assign. You've got your headphone like output. It also supports a combo jack as well as like an extra an extra input. And then of course you've got an XLR input there. It also can take 1/4 inch as well. It's got so much. You've got 2 dials on there for microphone volume and headphone volume. And then you've got the little the little pads there, which you can pre-program with like sound effects and things like that. And you can cycle through the pages. Darude Sandstorm, let's go. Banger. Yeah, so at this price, it's like it's a really, really good option. Like I definitely agree that at its full price, it can feel like a bit of a stretch, but it is combining a lot of products into one. Like you're getting a high-end capture card and a quality compact mixer that like literally is like barely bigger than a regular Stream Deck in terms of its size.
Have you used this?
I have not personally used it. I've spoken extensively to many people that have used it and watched a few videos on it as well. And it is genuinely a really, really great option. But as I said, it's not for everybody. Like there are going to be obviously those of you out there who want a bit more control. Like you want a few more sliders, over your audio, and maybe you want to separate that as well. Like there's other features on other mixers that you're sort of looking for. And so by all means, definitely like go with those other options. But if after listening to this and you're thinking, wow, that has everything I want, and I don't have, you get a capture card so you can capture your camera or your game console, and you can plug an XLR mic into it. You've got a few, you've got some controls at your fingertips as well, and you're set. And Rode does have like their own software, like that's kind of like their version of like Elgato Wavelength as well, which is what this sort of communicates with. And so you get that functionality too. So really, really solid option for anybody who feels like this is kind of what they've been looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. That's really interesting. I definitely have to check out some videos on that, because that could solve a lot of problems for a lot of people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Well, should we move on to lighting real quick?
Let's go.
All right. So I'm going to kick off with just 2. And I'll start off with this Nanlite Forza light that I use in my studio. Now, I purchased this light through Protog, and it's currently a little bit cheaper, $949. Yes, it's a lot of money, but what this gives you is a very, very strong studio light with a softbox, with its tripod or its stand, plus travel bags. You get the globe. Everything is in this kit. and I love this dome light that I have in my studio. It does the nicest effect on anything I'm filming, whether that's me or the tech that I'm reviewing or any B-roll. It just lights up the space really evenly and really, really nicely. I think this is a really great buy if you are wanting to get something, I guess, that's like a simple light without spending a fortune and something that's easy to use. On the back of it, it does have all the dials you need and the modes. But I'm pretty sure I paid around this price for mine as well. I just think this is a really great studio light, and that's if you want to, I guess, take it up a notch from, you know, something like an Elgato key light, which I also will recommend shortly. But this, yeah, it really does take it to the next level. Do you use a studio light like this?
Yeah, so at my desk setup, no, but for when I'm filming, yeah, I do. I like, again, like as we were talking about earlier, like lighting is really, really important. And I knew, like, especially as I started to record more for the tech channel and wanting to sort of get that, that I needed like a bright light. I needed something that was a bit more powerful. And I went with one of the compact aperture lights. I'll just send you the link just so you,
please.
Yeah, you know what I'm sort of referring to. Aperture 60X, I think it is. Yeah. No, that's not it. Well, God, what was was it aperture? Yeah, no, it was aperture. I'm forgetting. Yeah, Amaran. That's it. That's right. Yeah. It's Amaran. Yeah, the Amaran 60X. There we go. I was like, what was the model number?
It's the same company though, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
One owns the other. Yeah.
It's yeah. I think so. Yeah, just like their line of their lights, and I was like, I was like, I knew it was an A. What was it? Here we go. And it's actually on sale now at the moment, which actually works out well. But yeah, I absolutely agree with you that like getting a really good quality studio light is really important. And
it is.
I like, yeah. Also, that the light itself, for the Nan light, that's really small as well, which I think is great.
And it puts out a really nice brightness.
That's
the fact you get everything in this package, like I think a lot of people don't know that you have to buy all these pieces separately. So it's one thing to get the light, but then you need to buy the softbox and you need to buy the stand. And then if you want the grid as well, instead of your standard softbox, like that's all separate. So I think like, I mean, you got to do your research and see if you can package things up for better prices. But this is what I personally have, and I love it. Looking at the Amaran one, I'm pretty sure you can add to your cart at the moment for about $330. 2 batteries, the dome, and a stand.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's really good. Like, and like that kit genuinely is really good. The Nanlite one, because that tripod, like, which is that I can tell it's like one of the the gasket ones. Which is what you want, like that can hold up like those heavy lights. So that on its own is going to be at least $100 to $150 for a light stand like that. And then the 2 light domes on their own, you know, will be between $100 to $200 themselves as well. So you're already at kind of like $500, $600 just for those pieces of gear, and then the light left over, it kind of fills in the gap. Plus I love that it comes with the little carry bag too, that's really nice.
Yeah, and it's a very good quality bag. Like I would use this just to travel with. I was blown away by how thick it was. So you know, like if you are traveling with this light, it will be protected. Just want to quickly shout out my chat. We've got Skate and Bacon Media and Papa Easy saying hello and good morning from where they're from. So thanks for jumping in, guys.
Hello, thanks.
Yes, and yeah, I just think this is a really good buy.
That's really awesome. I like no joke. I'm actually going to save this like link for myself because I have you know, I'm not yet, but like I'm obviously looking to getting a second studio light very soon. So this is definitely going to be up there, just for the simple fact that you brought up, like it comes with everything. And I have actually looked at those, like the light dome, like the one that wraps all around, like the like the softbox one. Yeah, and you can get some really, really nice soft lighting, that like just the way this lighting just kind of wraps around your face, and you get a really nice look in the footage.
Nice
so
color.
yeah, I think that's genuinely a really good price, like for that bundle.
Yeah, it's hard to argue with. Very hard to argue with.
But yeah.
But real quick as well, you guys have probably heard me yap on enough about them, but something easy as a streaming light, or you know, a tabletop light, is just the Elgato Keylight Air. This one has a base that you can literally just put on any table. It's not a desk clamp. They are currently on sale for $169, so fully temperature controlled and brightness controlled. You can automate this with your Stream Deck. You can use the app on your phone, app on the computer, whatever. But this can be a really simple and foolproof way, again, to just light up your face a little bit on camera. However, I still recommend getting a studio light if you do videos like what I do and what Nick does on Techtacula, where you are, you know, doing more of a review and you've got your big open space of the studio. You need something a little bit more powerful. So they're my top 2 recommendations for lighting.
No, and really, really great options. I think I don't know about you, Liessshy. I feel like I had to learn the importance of a studio light the hard way. Like I was trying to use like, you know, like a key light and things like that when I was like lighting myself, and then it just got to the point where I was like, I need more light. Like I need something lighter, like a lot brighter. And that's when I finally like saved up a bit, shopped around and looked at different lights, and, you know, settled with the one that I got, and it just generally makes the difference. But if you are at your desk, you just want a nice light that's like right here in front of you, and the Keylight Air is really great. I'm actually lighting myself with a Keylight Air. Really? That's actually, that is actually the little light that I use right here. And they're absolutely great. For that price is like stupid. Like that's really good. It's really good.
I have to agree.
I think, if you need a good light, especially like, you know, especially entry level, and you sort of, you know, the budget is sort of really tight and you're sort of conscious about that, the Keylight Air is absolutely the way to go.
100%.
But yeah, I just wanted to also, I'll send you another link. So I actually found that Amaran light. So yeah, it was 340 down to 269 KL Australia.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, if you the Amaran one's like very similar to the Nan light. Like it's a compact, powerful little studio light. And it's got like a nice screen on the side, so you can sort of, you know, see what brightness you're using, and as with aperture stuff, you can have control of it over your phone, which is super handy.
Yes, that is very true, which the Nan light does not do. But depends on the scenario. I personally don't need that feature, but I think it is such a nice to have, especially if you're using this in a professional environment, or, you know, you've got a team with you. That's a great price, actually.
Yeah, no, it's actually it's a really, really solid price. It's really good. So do you have any other lighting options, or were those the only 2?
No, I've kept it short and sweet.
Okay. There's I need to go and quickly find so I've got 2 more suggestions for the lighting category. So one of them is actually a addition for the regular Elgato key light.
An addition?
Yeah.
Is it a white t-shirt? The diffuser?
It is not. But that would actually be pretty handy. No, so I found this. Okay, I've just found it. So, you know how like with the studio lights, you have the honeycomb, like the grid for the studio light. There is a website called Cut and Etch, which have made a honeycomb grid for the Elgato key light.
Oh my god. Oh. Okay, I need to buy this. Oh.
So I've just sent you the link there. Yeah.
Oh my god, it's actually like a proper shell.
Yeah. It's a full on like proper shell, like it's like full on like a proper like CNC manufacturing and everything. And this is a really good addition if you want to get more out of your key light. So if you scroll down the page, there's a really good like visual representation of what the light does, like how the grid affects the light.
The other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Undeniable difference.
Yeah. So this allows you to focus all of that light that the key light is sending or like projecting out where you want it to go. So you can have it more focused on you or the subject or whatever you're lighting with it. And therefore, you can kind of it'll end up getting a little bit more brighter, and it'll actually have a bit more separation from the rest of your scene. So when you want to, when you want a bit more separation from your background, or like, because you're lighting yourself, not anything else. I mean, in my case, I'm lighting a green screen, but you're lighting. You just want the light to be on you. So this stops that light from going anywhere else in your room, brings it right in, and gives you it gives you a really nice look straight out of your key light, which is actually just really freaking cool.
Absolutely. And like for the quality that I can see from the pictures and look at the price point, I'm not too mad about the price. They look like they are really, really well built.
Yeah, like the YouTube video that I watched, where I sort of found out about these, like he actually talks about it and he shows it off, and he said like they're made really, really well. So like, yeah, like it's like I mean, to be fair, when you're buying a like a light dome or a grid or whatever for your studio light, the price, they're around the same price as well.
Yeah.
But the fun thing is, if you click on like the shop tab as well, I'm not sure if you did, you can actually get colored gels. Yeah. So then you can actually just have different colors on your Elgato key light or key light Air.
Wow. Because you're only really blessed with white and yellow light with the key light. So this is a great way to change it.
Yeah, so it's like it's
Oh, there's actually heaps of colors. What?
Yeah,
you hover over them. There's like pink and purple.
Yep. So you get all 8 colors for that price of $48, and then the way that they've designed the like the grids is that you just slot the gels in. You just slot them in.
That's incredible.
Yep.
What a genius. Genius idea.
Also, the fun thing is like they make a white version of the grid. So for those that have wanted white key lights, this is your way to get one.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it's really cool. They're up for pre-order right now. They start shipping out really soon actually. But yeah, so this could be okay. Yeah. So this could be a generally really great option. And then the last one, which is could be a little bit a bit of a spicy take, but this is Godox's answer to the key light. Yes.
How'd they get away with that?
Well, it's slightly different in sizing. However, so price wise, Godox does beat Elgato here, and what you get is basically a light that is actually, it's a little bit brighter than a regular key light, and you get a wireless remote control for them. So and it can charge on the back as well. I use 2 of these, and I've connected both of them to a single remote.
Wow.
Yeah. So these are a really great option for people who are really, like budget conscious, that sort of want a really good alternative to, Elgato. And as we all know, like competition is good. It allows, it's the consumer
Products
wins
to
at the
get
end of the
better.
day. And I recommend these Godox lights a lot. I saw one video on them and I took a chance on them, and it was one of the best things I ever did. Like, they are great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the idea of a remote. I hope Elgato adopts that because, yeah, obviously they got their software, but sometimes you don't always have your software easily accessible.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with being, old school analog.
Yeah, that's like, I agree. And these are magnetic, so you could and if you've got you could put like a metal like pad anywhere or something like that, and just pop it just right on your desk or anything like that.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about having two is when this one dies, I just grab the other one and put this one back on the light to charge, and the battery lasts like months before I have to swap it. So they're real.
That's really cool.
Yeah, on the right, they're really great.
I've never seen these before.
Yeah, definitely. You should absolutely, keep an eye out on them and give them a shot at some point in the future.
Well,
they're really great.
I can't.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. You can't. Yeah, that's true. But they're good.
Yeah.
They're really good.
No. But competition is good because it does
Yeah.
help these companies improve on making their products better and being a little bit more innovative with new things.
Yeah, I think that's really good. Shall we go we've reached sort of the end of our main categories. So our last category was kind of like just general tech. Did you want to maybe we'll just pick two each for each other?
Yeah. I am going to probably lose my headphones because they're about to die, which means my microphone will go. Give me one moment while I plug them in.
No, that's okay.
But yeah, so I think I'm gone. Can you hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay, good. All right. So I just want to highlight two things. The first one is actually a vacuum cleaner.
Oh my god, you got a vacuum cleaner on your list too?
I have a vacuum cleaner on my list. And look, I was someone who hated Dyson for a very long time. I accidentally opened Audacity. Go away. And the Dyson Gen 5 Detect Absolute Vacuum has been a game changer for me. I am very, very... Oh, you still there?
Yep, I'm here. I can hear.
Okay, good. Sweet, because I just keep yelling in my ear that battery's low. I know this,
that's right.
Headphones. Yeah, very allergic to dust, and this vacuum literally collects everything off the floor, even things you cannot see. The tiniest little grains of dust, dirt, sand, you name it, it picks it up. This does have the what do they call it? The fluffy head, which has the light on there, so you can actually see stuff that is invisible to the eye. And I have had a lot of my allergies to dust solved because of this vacuum. I never thought I'd be able to say that before. And Dyson were never anything I liked. I thought they were a waste of money. I thought they were very overpriced for what they are, but I swear by this vacuum. It does give you the fluffy head as well as the standard motor head, which is good for carpets. You do have a crevice tool built into it, as well as getting the hair tools, so good for couches, pet hair, all those things. But it's like a little game when you play this because you get a score of the levels of crap that is in your house.
What the heck?
Your house is filthy. There's millions of I can't remember what they call them because I'm not very scientific with my allergens, but it does score you of the level of allergens that are I guess it's collecting, and it also has 3 modes. So you've got your standard mode, your eco mode, and your boost mode. So it'll automatically flick between each level if it needs a little bit more suction power or whatnot.
Okay.
We'll say up to 70 minutes of battery life. If it's in boost mode, you definitely don't get that. I will
Yep.
say that. You can choose what mode you want to use it in as well, but I think you get about 30, 35 minutes maybe, at least in my experience, on full boost mode, which is not enough. However, I can forgive it because it does so well.
Yeah,
So well with its power.
that's, I mean, and I guess it's like with when you've got like an easy to use vacuum like this, it's not like kind of the old school days where it's like, cool, the once a month vacuum of the house kind of thing, and you spend like an hour doing it. It's it's like, oh, let's give this room a quick vacuum, today, and then you kind of do it in little chunks.
Correct.
But I sort of, I share the sentiment where it's like a long time I looked at the high end vacuums and thought like, oh, that's just so expensive. Like you can get ones that are half the price that are still cordless and have good suction, but
they don't last though.
That's the thing, they don't last, or the suction starts to sort of falter, after like a year or so. But no, that's honestly like that's kind of crazy that it sort of helped you with your allergy problems. And you mentioning this like a game almost makes me think like it's the dust version of Power Wash Simulator.
It literally is. It is so good.
But yeah, that's. I think that's really good because with a lot of things I look at this as like you invest in this and you don't have to buy another vacuum cleaner until this thing literally dies. Like you literally are set. So that's like that's really cool. But funnily enough, sticking on the subject of vacuum cleaners, I have this little handheld vacuum. And it is one of the best little purchases that I've made. It is incredibly powerful in terms of like the suction. You get get two little attachments. You get like an extended nozzle, and then you also get like the little brush nozzle. It's USB-C rechargeable. And you've got two and you've got two power modes. You've got like its regular mode, and then it's like it's like turbocharged mode. And it's so freaking good. It's literally like it's not that big. I'll literally go grab it. Like
yeah, I feel like this would be really good for the car. Interesting. There are a lot of handheld vacuums out there, like that I've seen, and some of them are just crap.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep. No, you're right. There's a lot of crappy ones out there. And so I sort of looked around, and funnily enough, one of the biggest use cases, like you mentioned, is actually keeping them in the car. These are really good for that. So I actually showed my dad this, and he was really impressed, and he's like, oh, I kind of want one, because he's like it's so good, and for the price, it's amazing. And cleaning it is really easy. Like it's like got two buttons on the side. You take it out, empty it, pop it back in. It's really good. And because the way these work, because you're only doing like quick little vacuums here and there, so the battery ends up lasting you ages before you even have to like charge it up. And that's even just using it on like its like high powered mode when you need to. So
that would be good for gamers with your grotty hands on your keyboards and your crumminess around your desks.
Exactly.
Keep it in your drawer, whip it out, you're clean.
Yeah. That's a quote.
Whip it out, you're clean. You heard it here first.
Oh, out of context quotes, love that. Do you have a side note? Do you have an electric like air duster?
No, I need one though. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah,
I've got a hand one, like one of those little bubble things that I have to squeeze.
Oh no, this is like another little handheld one that I bought from Amazon.
Yeah.
So like, oh my god, like it makes everything so great, and this one's really powerful too. So just like, oh, blow a lot of dust, come, you got some crumbs in your keyboard, gone. Like it's just.
That's handy.
These are like the best purchases, like for anyone who has a desk, or like even just having a little handheld vac like this around the house where you don't want to get your bigger cordless one out.
Yeah.
It's
Which
just
can be
so
really
good.
annoying.
Yeah, it really can. Yeah. All right, what's
I'm glad we both went down the vacuum path.
Yeah, I actually find that find that really funny.
Yeah. Me too, actually.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna hit you with a TV.
Oh, let's do it.
And the chat. We are looking at a TCL mini LED. Purely because I think for a mid-range mini LED TV, they are great, but the price for a 65-inch, $1,444. What on earth?
Wow.
I am someone who, in the house that I'm currently in, we have to have a mini LED if we're talking top TVs, because I have a very bright lounge room with lots of natural light. So an OLED does not work for me. So I personally have a Samsung 8K Neo QLED, which is just divine. But for a more budget-friendly option, I think this is just a fantastic buy at the moment. And obviously there are other sizes. Like if you want the 75-inch, $1,845 is like the going rate. That's just nuts. It's under $2,000 for a mid-range mini LED. I don't think it breaks the bank too much. It still gives you a really nice picture, and it's a Google TV as well.
Yeah.
I just think TCL have come a long way, and their higher end stuff are actually very worth looking at.
Yeah, I agree. TCL's come a long way.
Would not have said that. Yeah, 100%. And I definitely think like if you were looking between this and a Hisense U8KAU, I would still suggest the TCL, purely because I think like operating system's a little bit better, especially with Google TV. But they're close usually in price. Oh, actually that's a lie. Hisense is cheaper, but this C845 right now, amazing deal.
That's actually that's really cool. Like that's the one thing I'm really excited for. You know, eventually when I move out and you know, my partner and I have our own house together, you know, this will be one of those like nice purchases, you know, of getting like a nice TV. And yeah, something like this would be perfect. Like yeah, I said, like mini LED is really good. Where it's like, you know, where OLED might not be the right fit, and then you don't want like a regular like LCD.
Correct.
So that's wild. And for like a 65-inch like that, like it's so good. Even just for the 55.
Less than 1,500. Well, yeah, which
like,
is still a great size.
Yeah,
12.78, like that's nuts.
That's really good. And yeah, I've actually been TCL's been really impressing me over the last few years. Like I haven't been paid too close attention to like, you know, TVs and things like that, but you know, I kind of like take a peek every now and then. And yeah, like they're really great. Even in like the sort of the budget 4K LCD like smart TV range, like it's kind of like nuts how cheap those TVs are these days for what you can get.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I agree with you. Google TV is like, in my opinion, the best. Like it is the best. It's just it's really good. Like I have like the Google TV 4K Chromecast, and
such a good buy that is.
That's one of the best. Like I bought that on sale actually, which is it's currently on sale for the price I got it at ages ago from Officeworks, funnily enough, for like $79. Best $79 you will ever spend. Like it is so good to the point like I've brought it traveling with me. Like that, the Google TV Chromecast, I've brought it with me, plugged it into like the TV in like a hotel room, connect to your Wi-Fi, and then you're set.
That's
like
so
they're
good.
they're really great little options. And to pair with the TV, I scrolled down. That TCL has some sound bars on sale too that I just saw that could pair well with it.
They do. I won't comment on that because I am blessed with Dolby Atmos.
Yep, fair.
With JBL, and it is game changing. But for I guess like budget friendly options, there are a lot of options out there. You've just got to know what you're buying. How many channels you want, what kind of subwoofer you want. If you do want a little bit more power, you need something with a higher watts. Like TVs have come a long way, and it's a really cool industry at the moment with lots of different technologies. And like I never thought I would have an 8K TV mini LED with a JBL bar 1300, which is a 11.1.4 bar. That's
Wow.
nuts. I've got this cinema in my home. Teenage Leash dreamt of this. So to have that now, it's like, oh my god, I'm so blessed. But yeah, like if you really do want to invest in your home theater, there's just so many options for you now.
Yeah. What JBL soundbar and subwoofer combo would you recommend? Sort of around like the $300 to $500 range. Or...
Yep. So without the subwoofer, I actually recommend the bar 300. I just got one for the studio the other day, so I will have a video of that coming out. And that's a 5.0 bar, so no sub. It does have virtual Dolby Atmos, which I'm really keen to test out to see how different it is to true Dolby Atmos. Especially because like my lounge room is actually quite small, and so is the studio, so it won't really be too difficult to notice the difference. But that's a really good option. I'll quickly pull it up now. You can actually find it on JB's website because they're the same price.
Okay, sweet.
If you do want to go to a 5.1, the bar 800. So, no, sorry, bar 500. That's a 5.1. Again, that'll give you virtual Atmos. They're currently $599. Their full price is $750, so it's not too bad.
Wow.
It's a 10-inch subwoofer, quite big, but it's oomphy. Like, you get some nice bass with this.
Yeah. I love the idea of these. Yeah, I love the ideas for those like me, where it's like I want to have a nice sort of audio setup, but like I'm not to the point where I'm putting actual channels like speakers like around the room. Like for me, like I'm not like I'm an audiophile to an extent with like headphones and things like that, but for like just in sitting in the lounge room and having like that theater experience, like a good quality soundbar and subwoofer is I'm gonna be so happy with that. And so having good options for those is always like good to know. And like from what you've sort of said, like it'd be a brilliant option. Even like you said, the 300, which is just the soundbar on its own, which would be honestly more than enough.
That is an amazing buy for just an entry level bar. Like it's $420 at the moment. And it's I was playing music in mine the other day, just AirPlay. And oh my god, it was amazing. Like,
wow.
Oh, you don't need to go the top end and get a bar 1300. Like it is excessive. That's 11 channels, plus 2 detachable rears. Like I get that is very extreme, but if you literally are just like in a bedroom or just in a lounge room watching digital TV that is not really going to give you amazing visuals, but you do want a decent sound, like 5 channels is plenty. It's more than some other sound bars, but it really does create an immersion like no other.
Yeah, 100%. And it's one of those things you don't really sort of understand the difference it makes until you actually experience it, which is like that double-edged sword. 100%. So it's like you have to, if you don't know what it's like, you're not gonna see the benefit, or you're not gonna see the appeal behind it. But that's kind of why you're able to go to places, like we have our retailers where they have those setups, and hopefully sometimes they have those different things set up, and you get to think, whoa, okay, that's
and
wow.
If you're gonna spend money on a great TV, don't sacrifice sound. TV speakers are not great. Like, yes, some higher end TVs have come a long way with what they can do, like Samsung Q Symphony, but a soundbar is going to elevate it to another level that you just, like you said, you don't know until you've tried it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to tell you a really quick funny story about my parents. They bought themselves a nice TV that we have in our lounge room, and they bought a nice soundbar, right? Like I was like around $200-300 that they spent.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about it, they only switched to using the soundbar when they were watching like a big movie in like on Netflix or something. And I'm like, what? You have the soundbar, like leave it connected like all the time. They're just like, no, we only turn on when we're watching movies. I'm like, but why? Like you're getting better audio. Like, just leave it. It's better. They're like, eventually they just did, and now they just leave it on the sound bar, and that's that, right? Because you know, with the Samsung TV, you can still, it's on over eARC, so you know, just the volume on that will control it too.
Remote.
Yeah, and I'm like, you're not using a second remote. It's all connected. Like, I could not fathom why they were doing that. And then they eventually saw the light, and now they just leave it connected through the sound bar. But it was just so funny. I'm like, you spent this money on the sound bar, and they don't watch movies super often, so they're like barely even using it. So dumb.
Yeah. Well, even like just the middle channel for voice, like it pushes sound out further to you. You don't have to have your TV up so high. Like, it's these simple things that make a huge difference. That's
the biggest thing, is like it can get loud enough at just lower volume levels, and then when you just want to just blurt out some music, or you just want to have a big bang, you know, movie, crank it up and just annoy the neighbors. So generally it's like awesome. So there's my last one that I sort of want to touch on, because I've got a few things that I sort of had, but I think there is I think we're gonna go with this one here. It is one of the most simplest things that has actually been so nice. It is a cup holder and headphone holder built into one.
This is another good Christmas idea.
Yes, and it comes in pink, black, and baby blue.
Wow.
And, honestly, it's such a simple thing that has genuinely been one of like the best things that I've bought from my desk, because I always like to sit at my desk with a coffee, you know, or a drink and things like that. So not having to have it on the desk itself where it could tip, which it has, you know, and just taking up desk real estate, you can just clamp it to your desk. You have your mug there and whatever, and it's out of the way. And then you can hang your headphones there too. So you don't need a separate headphone hanger. You don't need like a table mounted headphone hanger. You just, you slop it on there.
Out of the way.
Yeah.
I love that. I've seen these, but not with a cup holder.
Yeah. How cool is that?
That is, you and these revolutionary ideas and products. Who are you?
Right? I'm finding the little knickknacks. Also, if you go to the third photo in the list, you can actually take out the cup holder and replace it with a dual controller holder if you want to.
Yeah, wow, that's kind of cool.
It's really freaking cool. Also, the bottom of the cup holder has a cutout, so you can put your phone in there and put a cable to charge it if you want to, like if you don't have like a wireless charger on your desk or something like that.
Oh.
I think that's in the fourth photo.
The fourth picture. Yep, I see. Okay,
yeah. Or fifth, sorry. Yeah. So it's such a like nifty, versatile, like little gadget.
The plastic.
Yeah, it's literally just a piece of plastic, but it's really so handy. And so that's what I hang my headphones on, and I've routed a magnetic USB-C cable. So when I take my headphones off for the night, I hang them on there, and then I grab the USB-C cable that hangs there, and I just vaguely hold it in the area of where the little the adapter is, and I just plug it in, and I'm off. That's it.
That's so good.
Yep.
Wow. I don't even think to look for these kinds of things on Amazon. I don't know. I just forget that they have so many cool little organizational tools and storage, things like that.
Yeah,
that's cool. I might need one of those actually.
Yeah, I generally would recommend it. Also, yeah, I'm also I'm a massive organizational nut. I love things that use space in an interesting way, and it's okay, here's a drawer, but it can do all these different things, or it's a little shelving thing that can do all sorts of stuff. I love stuff like that. So when I find these things and I'm just like, oh my God, yes, that like I can use my space more effectively and I can organize my little bits and bobs better. I absolutely love that kind of stuff. So highly recommend
Cool.
this little cup holder with headphone hanger.
I might need to get myself one of those actually.
Yep, that's
Add
it.
to cart.
Or you might, or you should just show your partner and be like elbow, like, hint, hint.
I'm sure he's watching right now.
Yeah,
Did you hear that, partner? Oh, it's so good. Oh, we've had some really cool things tonight.
Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for this.
Thank you for asking me. This was the best collaboration, and like, I think we got a lot out, and we've provided such good information to people that, you know, we've touched in different categories, but it all kind of relates back to, you know, being a tech lover and being a content creator. And I think there's such great items here that people should really, really look at getting over the next couple of days to snag a deal, if they can. So much savings. Like, if I was in the market right now for this kind of stuff, it's just the perfect time to buy.
It really is. Like, there's a reason. I can't even remember the number, but like, I was on the news the other night. Like, they said, you know, it's like, oh, Australians are, you know, scared, like, predicted to spend. It's like a stupid amount of money, like over this Black Friday, like Cyber Monday deals, because, you know, with the state of things and people trying to be more, you know, budget conscious and throughout the year and stuff like that. So a lot of them hold out for this time of year and just go absolutely nuts because the savings are just so good. And it's kind of in this weird lull where, you know, a lot of tech was thrown out of the whack with COVID because everyone was home and they were buying a lot of this stuff. And then the reverse, everyone was getting out again. They were going traveling. So a lot of these prices have come down and now they've just dropped even further with like these massive deals. And I'm sure we'll see something similar, if not anything crazier, like around Christmas, like Boxing Day, as well. So
definitely online for sure. I mean, some of these Black Friday prices that have been happening have been the lowest I've ever seen. Like, some HP laptops I've seen are selling out everywhere because they're just ridiculously low price for what you're getting, which is insane. So yeah, hopefully we see some more for Boxing Day for sure, but I just don't know if they'll be as low as what they are.
Yeah, who knows? Like you can only hope, and it's like a stock thing too. Like, I can shed some light. There's actually, like, cameras have been selling like hotcakes. There's been a few models that have had like some deep discounts on top of like the camera brands themselves offering cashbacks. And the prices like of those have just been like, people have just been absolutely running away with them like through the stores, and the stock's just been disappearing. And yeah, like I honestly, like, this is another small thing, like a little honorable mention. Have you looked at the prices of SD cards and micro SD cards right now?
No, other than what I know in stores, not online.
Okay. So I'll just send you a quick 2 little links. So SanDisk, like, you know, everyone knows SanDisk, like for SD card and stuff like that. The prices right now are stupid. You can get like a micro SD card, like, you know, to go on your Nintendo Switch or, you know, lots of other things. 256 gigs for $35.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Like, wow, it's wild. And then a regular Extreme Pro 128 gig for $39.
Yeah, that's bonkers.
Yeah.
The SD card, the micro SD card's like insane though.
Yeah.
Because people have this thing because Nintendo have marketed their ones as the one to buy for the Switch. If it's got a Nintendo logo on there, like, no, you can literally use any. Like, $35 for 250 gig of storage is so much space.
Yeah.
It's a really good buy.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if I can't remember. I don't think we touched on it before when we were talking about hard drives like earlier. Getting an NVMe drive to upgrade your PS5 as well, with how cheap the storage is right now. Like, same thing too. Yeah.
I picked up a 1 terabyte T7 Shield SSD the other day for $99.
Wait, what?
Yeah, at JB Hi-Fi.
Oh
$99.
Can you send me the link, like, legitimately?
Yep.
Thank you.
I'll pull it up as well.
Oh my, that is actually wild. What?
Yeah, and I needed a new one because my other ones are a little bit old now. But $99.
That I bought a Samsung T5 500 gig like SSD for $99 like about a year ago. So that is actually insane.
This is a Shield as well, so rugged, safe. It's nuts.
That's such a good price. What the hell? Oh my god. What?
Down from $169.
That is stupid. What is this year? Liessshy, what is happening this year?
Inflation's high, but prices are low for sales. I don't get it.
Yeah, I mean,
great money, but spend your money.
Yeah, I mean, look, I guess they're giving everyone's like, yeah, no one spent this year because they're just trying to freaking just get by. So yeah, here you go. Here's like the cheapest prices ever. That's crazy. That is wow. Yeah, well, that about wraps it up. Again, thank you, Liessshy. This was honestly so much fun. I'm really glad we got to do this and we got through all of the tech hurdles from earlier in the night. But hopefully this brought a lot of value to all of you guys watching at home, and you found some good deals and you know what to go for, what to avoid, and hopefully you discovered a lot of products that you didn't already know about, and you're just like, damn, okay, that's really cool. And because at the end of the day, that's what we as tech creators are doing. We're educating you on products you don't know about that you should buy, and you know what to avoid, and just stuff you already know, and and reinforcing why they're great and why their things are so popular. But yeah, honestly, I really had so much fun, and definitely not the last of the Techtacula collabs. I'm sure.
I love it. It's definitely not the last. We've discussed some pretty cool things, so people definitely need to keep us in mind because I think we make a great tech team.
I think so too. We're like there's not as many Aussie tech creators. There's a lot in the rest of the world, so we gotta bring the heat to the rest of the world. But
absolutely.
Look, if you've enjoyed yourselves, and whether you're new or you currently watch, make sure you go subscribe to Liessshy, go subscribe to me. We have lots of amazing content. And I think what's really cool, about our dynamic as well, Liessshy, is that both of us have different levels of expertise in opposite areas as well. And
it's a good balance.
And so I think this was a really, really great thing. And if you want to see more of this kind of stuff like that we did tonight, or maybe focused on particular topics or categories, let us know, like anywhere on social media or in the comments of the live stream or in this video, like that goes up afterwards. But otherwise, thanks everyone. Anything else you'd like to add, Liessshy, or mention before we head off?
I just want to thank my chat because they have been talking tonight, and I've been talking to them in comments, and very, very supportive for my first YouTube stream. So thank you so much. And it is something that I do want to actually bring on the regular once I get internet issues sorted.
Once that's all sorted, Yes,
but I also just want to say a massive thank you to all my subs because we have cracked the 10.5k mark, which I only just hit 10,000 subscribers a month ago. So I'm very, very excited for what's to come with the new year of being a full-time content creator.
That is absolutely amazing. Congratulations on crossing that milestone. And I'm honestly so excited to see what you're able to achieve when you can put 100% of your working time into content creation and living the dream that rarely people get to achieve, for going full time. And it's honestly super awesome. You are doing some really great stuff, and it's only I know it's only going up from here. Thank you. But seriously, thank you everyone for joining us, both on my channel, on Liessshy's channel. We really appreciate it. This is my first stream on the YouTube side of things as well.
Is it really?
Yeah, no, it's literally my first YouTube stream ever. Otherwise,
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Congratulations, you did it.
We did it. We did it together. But no, yeah, otherwise, yeah, thank you everyone. Go hunt down some great deals. Enjoy the rest of your week, and we'll see you soon.
We will catch you next time, guys. Bye.
See you later, everybody.